Well, salutations everybody, what's a crack-a-lackin'? The Craic is back to attack Football Manager 26 once again. And we'll see how all ends up going today. The last time we ended up finishing pre-season and continuing on our fine way into the start of the third season with Manchester United. We ended up winning the Europa Super Cup. Or UEFA Super Cup, my apologies, but at the same point in time, same thing stands, and now we're going into the second game of our season, which starts off with a couple of barn burners. Sure, when you look at it, our next contest is against one Aston Villa, and while we face off against one Aston Villa IRL today, Manchester makes their way to face off against Manchester United makes their way to face off against one Arsenal in their actual stadium itself. So that will be an interesting kettle of fish as well to see how that ends up going as time ends up permitting it for us as well. Hopefully the Craic will end up being 90. Hopefully tonight with an unchanged team, Michael Carrick can end up vanquishing Arsenal and end up getting 2 wins in a row. Oh, so they're 2 different clubs. There's 2 different clubs called the same thing, is it? That's interesting, Senior Duck. But all the same, we're getting ready, and we'll see what ends up happening. We've seen it all. We've won a lot. We're Manchester United. We're never going to stop. Indeed. And even today, we've seen even more. Chelsea handed an easy victory off of Crystal Palace. Adam Wharton getting a red card. Is he setting himself up to potentially get that move that he ever so much desired? Will things end up changing more for that? Aston Villa getting a good win over one Newcastle United. Is the pressure starting to come on Eddie Howe? In my opinion, and in 9th place for a team that is in the Champions League or was in the Champions League positionings beforehand, it should be, but it probably won't be. And of course, Nottingham Forest, as I turned around and says, although defensive, have that capability and will continue to fight. So Nottingham Forest getting the victory over a honestly crap Brentford tonight, leading for West Ham that 5-point gap that they ever so fret. Hopefully Leeds United, when they played their game in hand, end up dropping points, because I believe that's the only way that anything ends up happening for West Ham. With that being said, though, the Manchester United match has started, so we'll see what ends up happening. I'm a bit surprised Benjamin Šeško didn't start this game today, but in the same point in time, you go with what is there. Senior Matty, what's a crack-a-lackin' with you? Is the day treating you well? Are you actually watching the Manchester United game, or are you here to share in the Manchester United horror with myself? And to hope that things potentially go well for us. Because time will certainly tell, I'm sure. I guess I'll watch it. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, Arsenal luck game. We've gone with exactly the same team as we did versus Man City. So we'll see how things end up going. And it must be said, I'm not as negative on it as one like Mark Goldbridge is. But if they're going to do long throw-ins from Delo, they have to at least aim for the direction at which a player is. Like Delo attempted to do a long throw in there and it went absolutely nowhere near Amad Diallo. So like that type of crap needs to be improved upon. We're going to start with Evan Ferguson in our game. Julian Deville is tired, so we'll replace you with Mount on the bench. Put in Buemu there. We want Victor Roch as one of our options, so we will replace. Ironically, we will replace Marcus Rashford for now because Victor Roch needs the game time. So I think we start with Roch instead of Mbeumo, even though Mbeumo is a 1 goal and 1 assist in the games that we've had so far. I think we need to give him a wee bit of game time. So we'll see what ends up happening there. I think I'm going to swap Bruno with Nathaniel Decat. And maybe if we have an okay defensive positioning, we'll replace Mazraoui as part of our bench. How are you feeling today about the game, Matty? Are you excited? Do you think we might end up doing well? Why, Katie, if you don't mind me asking? Is it because of his carte blanche mood when it comes down to Manchester United and our perspectives on getting a win? Because, to be honest, I'm semi-tempted myself to end up removing it from him as a result of that. No bother, my friend. Enjoy the shop. Make sure to get something nice. I forgot that I had Frosty tools set up for that as well, and I haven't done that change yet, so we're going to end up getting more of that for the moment. I think we changed the midfield pairing for this game as well, and we go with Matthias de Ligt and Willy Kwambwala on just to give them a bit of a different goal, and we'll see. I'm doing well, thankfully, Katie. Enjoying life. Standing up well, went for a meal just before today. Hopeful that something can actually end up coming out of this Manchester United game. I genuinely think we have a chance of getting a victory off of Arsenal today. Although even in this first 5 minutes that I'm keeping an eye on, keep in mind my stream will be behind what you're watching. United have been more deep than I expected them to be, but we'll see what ends up happening there. But is your Sunday treating you well, Kitty? Have you gotten up to anything exciting thus far for yourself? I won't be going too long on streams today because I still need to get my walk done because I need to get my steps in, but time will end up telling there. We'll see. They're showing an image of Mikel Arteta there, and you'd swear he had the life sucked out of his face. He looks like he's seen a Dementor and it's just started sucking away his soul. He doesn't look particularly in a good mood at the moment. But we'll see how things end up going. How I'm feeling? Not excited. I don't get excited for games anymore because you never know what you're going to get for them. That's fair. That's fair. As I turned around and I said, we're a pretty good counter-attacking team, and I don't think Arsenal have it in them at the moment to end up doing that crushing form. Well, anything can happen. Of course, we could end up losing 5-6-0. But I think this will be a very equal game. We'll play deeper than we normally would end up doing, and then we'll see how things end up going. Cohen Prague, if I pronounce that wrong, my apologies. What's a crack-a-lacking with you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? It's a pleasure to have you in. How is life treating you, my friend? I hope it is all going good. It has been quite some time since you've been in. I think the last time we ended up seeing you was back, was it July of last year? Something close to that. You raided me, I think, was when you ended up coming in. Are you still doing, have you done any new saves on Football Manager? Because I think you were doing a Fulham save the last time you came in, if I'm correct. And by the way, if you feel like lurking, just end up lurking as well. I'll be talking as well with all that type of stuff. God, you have a bone in your pick today, Katie, about on VIP and Maddie. Oh, Maddie's one of the good ones. I need a VIP that knows my pain as a Manchester United fan. Well, it's funny seeing Casemiro on the pitch for Manchester United after it being announced that he's leaving in the summer, that they weren't able to come to a harmonious decision on wages. It was always going to be the case. There was no way he was going to end up getting paid 300,000 quid to extend on his contract. So, and I don't really blame him for not staying on at a lesser amount. But hey, what can you do? I'm doing fine at the moment. A lot has changed for me. I am switched to Pokemon on the Switch and I play FM26 off stream. Well, congratulations to that. How are you finding? I would assume you're playing Pokemon ZA. I would assume that's what you're playing. How are you finding playing that? Are you enjoying the DLC? What do you think of some of the Mega Evolution designs they've come up with? Are you one of the few people who actually has no complaints about Mega Darkrai? Or what do you think yourself? And enjoy the cooking, my friend. There is technically a rule in my chat that if you mention food, you have to post an image of it in attacking the food in Craic's basement in the Discord. But I let you away with it this time, considering you didn't know about that rule, my friend. But hey, hopefully it's a good old meal, my friend. I'd rather just cook. Then watch me. God, you're mean, kitty. But what would you fucking words. What would be the thing you enjoy cooking the most, Katie? I've had a good time in the past cooking steak and stuff like that because it gets a good sizzle, gets a good smell going around the house. And after my nasal reconstruction surgery and getting smell back, it's really, really nice being able to do it. Duck, don't you dare end up belittling the name of Pokemon. Pokemon is a fantastic franchise if only Game Freak actually gave a crap about making games to the level of quality that they're able to do. Like, they've lowered their ball on the greatness that they ended up having in Generation 5, admittedly. But at the same point in time, that franchise in general is one that I love. If I could be arsed buying a Switch, I would be playing those games now. I genuinely am a massive fan of the Pokemon franchise. And he might actually be playing ZA, although I would be shocked if he wasn't. And by the way, an answer to that, to answer of what you like to cook being food is a beautiful answer, by the way. I mean, well on you for that, for saying that it's FM Senior Duck. That was a fantastic turn of play and change of perspective on how things are. Why? What ended up happening to you to make you hate it this time? And which FM is it that's making you hate it, Senior Duck? Is it 26 in your female Cook Island save? The fact that a club that is literally the same name as yours without FM or without FC at the end of it is just potentially ended up offering you an interview? What is it about FM that's made you go that way? I must admit too, when it comes down to United's pink gold kit jersey is bloody gorgeous. I love everything about our away kit. The black and yellow comes through gorgeous. The little stripe on the shorts is fantastic. You have the likes of Delo there wearing yellow boots to fit the entirety of the ensemble together. I just like the way that it all ends up coming together. So that could be bad. The stream just died on me, so I have no idea. Did Arsenal just score? No, not on mine anyway. Because I didn't score either, so Katie's just being a bit of a troll at the moment. Yes, I'm playing ZA. I love it. I like Mega Dragonite. I finished the base game previous Friday on stream, and now I'm on the post game. I went the Shiny Charm before I continued the DLC. Fair enough. Isn't you have to get something like 1,000 Pokemon caught in order to get the Shiny Charm? Isn't that the way that works, Cohen? Or am I correct on that? I know the Shiny Charm is not an easy thing to acquire in ZA. And I kind of agree with you. I like Mega Dragonite. I would have liked a bit more. God damn it. There are new strikers after scoring on us. That's annoying. I would have liked a bit more tweaks to the design. Like, I know it's a bit sparkly in the whole lot and makes it look more fairy-like, which is funny since it isn't a fairy type. But Simmons is not meant to be in the goal for this. But for me, the base design, like the base sprite or model that they've done for it, I don't particularly like. But I love the concept of Mega Gyarados. Not Mega Gyarados, Mega Feraligatr. What am I on about? Gyarados was in the game beforehand. I actually don't like Mega Gyarados at all. I actually really like the concept of Mega Feraligatr, and I think at all times the lid should be down. I think the lid should be down at all times Mega for Alligator, because making it look like the Totodile is actually really cool, and I think it loses an awful lot of its mystique by having the lid up, because the lid up is interesting for setting up for an attack, but it looks damn stupid otherwise. You need 1,000 battles. Depending on how you like the game, I suppose that's an issue. Can you rematch players, or is it just that the game has 1,000 battles set in, or you need to do something like the Battle Tower or something like that in order to do it? As I said, I don't have the game at the moment. I just know a couple of people were on about it. But I'm happy you're enjoying it, my friend, and I'm sure there's a lot of people coming into the stream to watch you do it. Okay. Mazraoui, be careful. Or not Mazraoui, Martinez, be careful. We don't look like we have that killer edge in us at the moment, United. We look a bit too soft in the way that we're playing at the moment against Arsenal. Now, I say that, and then against Villa, we're also looking bloody toothless. John Eustace. Well, it would be Eustace that's in bloody place at the moment. Ahmad is mixed. Victor Rook is definitely coming off. And Evan Ferguson's been bad, so Rasmus will come on. Nico Paz has been bad, so Bruno will come on. And Alex Jimenez will come off, and Ilya will come on, and we'll hope that we can do something off of this. I don't like making 4 changes at halftime, but we're 1-0 down. We're getting destroyed in this game, and we need something to happen. So hopefully this change in formation and change in firepower will end up working for us. Yeah, but I will say at the moment, Arsenal are definitely the more dangerous of the two teams coming into this game at the moment. So can we get something out of this? Hopefully. We're definitely attacking more, which is good. The 1,000 battles are against in-game trainers. You have ZA Battle Royale every night in the game. It's a grind, but I do not mind the grind because that gives me a lot of reasons to stream the game. Happy out! So it is the... Nathan the Cat, you bloody beauty. I love this player. He scores so many goals like this. It's unbelievable. Now, hopefully we can end up getting a win out of this and not a draw. We have a good 35 minutes in order to do it, but we'll see. Oh, that was the men's team, Doc. Oh, that makes more sense. Ah, okay. But hey, stick with the women while you're at it. It's something different. It gets you more experience in it. And I'm sure you'll get another offer for the men's team in a while. But yeah, no, yeah, it's nice to end up having that element that ends up giving you fresh battles every day. Speaking of Gen 5 kind of done that with the center cities kind of, theaters, like the football stadiums, the basketball stadium, the hockey stadium. That was an interesting addition that they ended up doing in that game. So yeah, but cool that they end up doing that. How long do you think it'll take you to get to the 1,000 battles? Let's hope they at least have a counter there so that you're not having to keep count of how many games you've done. Okay, we're not breaking through them well enough. Unfortunately, it's 70 minutes. We need to do better. So I think if we do this, hopefully that'll get us more of a chance of getting a goal. Unfortunately, Cohen, I haven't done much with it at the moment. I like the idea of it. It's interesting the way they have it in there. I am curious how. Yeah, Dennis being in goal. De Ligt making a howler of a mistake, and Dennis in goal. Dennis definitely should end up saving that. What a horrific concession. But I wonder how much you can prop up the market and increase the prices of players as well. Like, I wonder if you can get the market to a point that you have consistent 10 million euro signings in the women's game. I haven't played it at all in order to see that. Because I know you can do that with the men. The men, you can end up having it at a place where almost every team is spending north of 100. All big teams are spending north of 100 million quid on players. 1 week as I stream the game 2 hours every work day and 4 hours on a Saturday. Nice. Hey, if they allow enough battles for you to just consistently grind through it and you don't have to wait for new battles to spawn, then that's fine. Just the way you had described it, I thought you were saying that you needed to wait for like a number of days, and like it gave you something like 30 fresh battles, and then the next days you end up getting more battles or stuff like that. So that's interesting. The game I don't watch, we play Out of the World. The game I do watch, we can't hold the ball for more than a minute. I mean, people make an awful lot more out of that game versus City than we need to. We didn't play that good versus City. Like, City just played really, really bad. We should have scored a lot because City gave us a lot of space. At the moment, Arsenal are... Jesus Christ, Dennis. Jesus Christ, Dennis. Dennis is never getting another game in a United jersey so long as I'm the manager. Never. Unbelievable. It should have been the first sub that I made. Unbelievable. Can we at least get... No, we can't get an equalizer. That's insane. You useless sack of crap. Those are 2 goals he should have ended up saving. Unbelievable. That's my fault for not checking the team properly. I forgot I'd used him in the Super Cup. That's bonkersly bad by me. Hopefully, it won't be the end of the world, that loss. I mean, the league did finish with sub 70 points the last time, but okay, well, we'll do that for the future just to make sure that it's right. That is sad. That hurts. That hurts. That loss hurts. Because they didn't deserve that loss. Their XG was up high in the whole lot, but they genuinely didn't deserve that win. What a joke. Morgan Rogers having the game of his goddamn life too, to be fair. But yeah, John Eustace getting one over on me. And we had bet them quite convincingly in a couple of times before this as well. So, like, at the end of that, we should have done that. Nah, it's not like that. You have a day-night cycle in the game. You can easily go from day to night via sitting on a bench, and then the battle zones are popping up automatically. There's also a counter in the game. But that's handy. The fact that they end up doing that is quite nice. To have that into the game, that you can just automatically switch over and it doesn't just tick. Because it wouldn't shock me for Game Freak to just have a ticking formation end up going through instead. So that's actually a nice inclusion to end up having in. So that's interesting. Ooh, Charlie Cresswell. They haven't signed him yet, so let's have a look at him. But back to what I was saying beforehand about... okay, it's 24, never mind. About that Manchester City game. We weren't actually that good versus City. It was more that City were very, very, very bad. So, in this game, this is the type of performance that I was expecting to end up having. Us getting bet down a bit, but still being dangerous on the counter, and we are if we can get through, but we'll see. So, if you don't mind me asking, and because you're cooking on the whole lot, don't be afraid to take time on the whole lot. What type of team did you end up getting? Like, what was your 6 players that you ended up getting for your squad? Elite, very good, very good. As opposed to very good, good, and good. Yeah, so Stephen, you need to go. Some mutual termination of your contract. Good, there we go. And then we're after getting Youngblood. So we have a new head of youth development. Hopefully that'll end up working for us. Oh yeah, we'll send him to either Ajax or Everton if we can. And even get anything going on the counter. We keep passing it back to Arsenal. You know, yes, in your ZA team, what 6 do you end up having, or do you have more than 6? What? Are we not allowed to loan him? Okay, this is an interesting bug. Squad player. I prefer him to go to somewhere where he's a regular starter. Brest, League Un McDonald's. I forgot they changed the name of League Un to have McDonald's in it. So I'm going to say yes. I hope if any of these have a future clause in it, by the way, I'm just going to stop it later on. Lecce or where? They're in the first division, so that's sound. Getting some time in Spain could be useful for him. So I think we say yes to Lecce. Yes to Almira. Yes to Ajax. Yes to Everton, and no to the rest. But yeah, no, that's what I was on about. What team did you end up getting for your Pokemon squad? I think typically, I don't have the game, but in terms of Gen 9, the only Pokemon I potentially end up getting would be Duraludon. I like Duraludon in terms of the Gen 9 Pokemon that's out of Houndoom, interesting. Dragonite, Feraligatr, Lucario, Gardevoir, and Excadrill. Okay. Excadrill being one of the fastest steel types in the game. New Mega Evolution as well. Gardevoir, who if it's not Lopunny, it's Gardevoir, and if you know what I'm on about, shame. Lucario, who's after getting who was the first announced Z form, which was interesting. Feraligatr, who, as I mentioned, I love the new design of. It's my favorite of the new Mega DLCs for the starters, because Meganium literally just you could do so much with Meganium, and just adding flowers to its bloody neck is not enough. And who's the other starter? Feraligatr, Meganium. It wasn't Delphox, was it? Who's the ZA starters? Pokemon ZA starters. Tepig, yes, Embor with his bloody staff. Yeah, which is a design I don't particularly like either. Even though, to be fair, it is based on a Chinese commander. And yeah, Houndoom has always been a really cool Pokemon as well. So that's actually a really, really interesting team. I like that team quite a lot, Cohen. Houndoom didn't get a Mega though, did it? Or does it have a Mega? Oh, it does, of course. It had one originally, yes. where it ends up looking like an actual skull dog on the whole lot. Yeah, I forgot about that. It didn't get a new one. Yeah. Cool though. Happy out. I'm guessing all of them have mega stones on, do they? Okay, so after that loss, we need to come in with piss and vinegar in the next game. So let's see how we end up doing. It's an annoying loss to end up having. We have the men's in goal from now on. That we did lose that game because of our goalkeeper. Oh, Garnacho's uncertain. Interesting. I mean, I wouldn't go in for him again anyway, but it's not surprising that he's uncertain. Even if his stats are okay, I expected more from him, but, you know, interesting. Wants to leave to play Champions League football. I'm surprised Chelsea aren't in the Champions League. My team all has mega stones. Yeah. By the way, does ZA have abilities in it? The main event fight, I didn't get around to watching the fight, unfortunately, Matty. Now, I do know that Paddy the Baddy ended up losing, unfortunately. Ooh. Because I know there's a couple. I think people were. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's a couple of Arsenal 1-0 up. God damn it! I need to see what this goal was. Well, it might be an own goal too for Martinez. Yeah. I heard it was a fantastic fight. It's one I'm going to need to go back and watch and see. And see that match. Genuinely, I'm going to have to. So it'll be interesting. Oh, that's actually a really unlucky goal. It's a really unlucky goal. That's bad defending. And just a nice little chip in there. A bounce off of their number 12, off of Lisandro Martinez. That's a really unlucky goal that Timber was able to get that. He just nutmegged bloody Lisandro Martinez. And the men's probably should do better on that. But that's just a really unlucky goal for us to concede. And unfortunately, that's the game. That's the game Arsenal have this one. So you could probably end up giving it up now, Matty, if you wanted to. That's a shame now. It's genuinely a shame that that's after happening. Now again, I like in all cases, like in that, oh, Brian and Boyman. Come on. No. I don't blame him for doing the cutback, but still, Brian should have attempted that shot. He should have attempted that. But yeah. I do have to watch that UFC fight, give it a proper watch, see how Paddy ended up doing. I know even after the fight, Dana was saying that he needs to keep his head held high, that he was doing fantastically well in it, wasn't willing to bow down or lose himself. So that shit. So like he gave a good account of himself anyway, that I know. Saka now. Yeah, this is going to look like we're going to get hammered on this game, unfortunately. But we'll see what ends up happening. United aren't giving them the proper standing too. No, the last fight I seen last night before I ended up going to bed, I ended up posting it into the chat in my Discord in the general Craic form. There was that I don't think Natalia Silva should have won that fight, and I got slightly annoyed at the fact that she did. So I just left it and decided to walk away. Okay, so we've Liverpool now at home. Can we get a win out of this game? We need it, especially after losing the last one. So hopefully we can get a result out of Liverpool. So we'll see how it ends up going. Yeah, well, you always want to beat a rival. Some of these questions make no sense to me because how are you worried about beating a rival? And I says, well, like, it's a rival. You always want to win against a rival. Oh, Liverpool, do you think a match against a Liverpool team without a manager? Ooh, why are they without a manager? Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that and see why they're without a manager. Oh, Bruno shouting again. It does look like that was should have been a corner, but Bruno shouting again as normal.
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't won yet.
You're a bit late on that one, Duck, but you're right. I suppose I should end up reminding myself that I ain't won yet. Yeah, go on. And let's go to that. Okay, then go to that. Interesting. And then I don't mind that too much, but I think we go and we give him this. And like, he'll be a sellable option later on. 33 million quid for him isn't too bad. So we'll go with that, and that should be fine. Because Honest, it tends to be a good player, and like, hopefully he'll develop more. He should do at 19 years of age. 33 million quid for him isn't bad. It's the upper region of his transfer value, but like, you know, it's never bad to have options such as that. So we'll see what ends up happening. But what do you think about the other fights, Senior Maddie? Was there any of the other ones other than Paddy the Baddy that I need to end up having a gawk at? Is there any of the other ones that were barn burners that need to be watched, considering I went to bed straight after that and wasn't watching the rest of the matches? Did you watch all of them, or what ended up happening with you, if you don't mind me asking? For Fioro, 20-year-old Fioro, how much is it spending on him? A bid for 37.5 million, which is a release clause. He's not worth it. I don't even think that's worth what I'm paying for fucking Honest, to be honest, but we'll wait and we'll see. Bournemouth capture Jordan James for 2.5 million. Brentford in for him. Interesting. And now we're into the Liverpool game. Now, before we go into the game, let's see, how do I club history? No, so how do we see? Okay, Arne Slot left the role. So Arne Slot resigned for Liverpool and went to PSG. Okay, that makes sense. So Arne left Liverpool and went to PSG. So that's why they're without a manager. He got the PSG job. So we have a caretaker manager in place for this game because Slot left, which is interesting. Oh, did we score? Nice, Brian Mbeumo. Nice. Oh, what a mistake, too. That's a howler of a mistake by Gabriel. I suppose, as Duck ended up saying, and as we all must remember.
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
Here he goes.
you ain't won
Ooh,
yet.
I'm scared.
The game's still in. Game's still in. That was a howler of a mistake. Who is there, 36? Was it Gabriel? I always get Arsenal mixed up. 36 was... Oh, no, it must have been 6. Yeah, it was Gabriel. Gabriel. Oh, no, it is 36. Yeah, who's 36? Oh, Zubamendi. Oh, it was a Zubamendi mistake. Oh, that's a howler of a mistake by Zubamendi. Ooh, okay. And nothing Raya could do about it. And Buemu held himself phenomenally well. I feel sorry for Benjamin Šeško because if Brian Mbeumo continues to hold himself like that and continues to play with that much composure, Šeško's never getting onto the pitch as a starter. But at the end of the day, who cares? 8th Premier League goal this season. He's their top goal scorer, Brian Mbeumo. Happy out. Happy out. Yeah, I watched the rest of the fights. Sean O'Malley fight was okay, and the Derek Lewis fight was a good fight. Happy out. I might have a gawk at them later on. So now for us, Paz had another bad game. Brian Mbeumo's injured. Evan Ferguson is there. We have you there. Šeško there. Kaba there. Delict there. No. We want to decide this right. Nathaniel the Cat is there with Kwambwala. Then we have Menu here. Victor Rook there. Benjamin Šeško there. Nico Paz. I mean, the other person you probably put on the bench would probably be Mount, but Kayak is still coming back from fitness, so we swap him with Kenneth Ertron. And Saba isn't 100% fit, so I'm going to put Mazraoui on the bench. And not a chance in hell is Dennis on the bench. I'm sorry, he's not playing for us again. If Charlie's available, Charlie's going on the bench. After that howler performance, I'm not letting away with it. Paddy's fight was definitely by far the fight of the night. It was a good one. Definitely need to watch the highlights if you get the chance. I'll go and I'll watch the whole thing. Thankfully, there's still a website that I used to use back in the day, which I'm probably not allowed to state on this, but I'll state anyway, of watchwrestling.au, and it ends up showcasing the UFC as well. So I'll give that a go and I'll give it a watch. I'll definitely give it a watch. It's just I was tired. I was streaming the whole lot about it. I hadn't much sleep the day before, so I wasn't able to stay up for the rest of it, unfortunately. It's kind of the reason why I finished the stream. But yeah, we'll see how things end up going. In we go now, and let's see how things end up going here. Ooh, Lamens is being chancy there. I know I'm a minute behind, so you let me know if a goal ends up coming in, but like, that's chancy by Lamens. And that goal by Brian Mbeumo definitely put a bit of a spark in our arse. We're definitely moving with a lot more gumption as United at the moment. They've gone Alisson, Gomez, Konate, Dijk, Milas, Vinita, Alexis McAllister, Wurzel, Chiesa, and Isak with an interesting bench. There's Jeremy Jacquet, who they just signed. Malcolm, I have no idea who that is. But let's see how we end up doing against them. There's nothing there for me to shout at them for. I hate when it doesn't give you the media has been on your side or something like that to get them in good mood and they're just down. It annoys the bollocks off me because there isn't any good options to actually shout at them. But this is at home. Hopefully, we'll perform good against them now. We need to. We need to get a good performance out of this. We need to beat Liverpool. Now, Liverpool lost Arne Slot's last game before he left the PSG. 2-0 to West Ham. So they're frail, but hopefully frail enough for us to get something out of them. Throw in now for ourselves. Dogu. Straight to Bruno. Bruno now back to Dogu. Dogu to Rashford. Bruno! And what a save by Alisson. Alisson must be yonks old now in this game. 34. God, he's still very young. Ooh, okay. We need to get more into this. We need to have more fire in our belly. Like, I know we're getting all the chances at the moment, but we need more fire in our belly. We can't be letting them away with any of this stuff. Florian Wirtz has scored. Oh, how is Florian Wirtz not scored that? Oh my God, how has he not scored that? That is... Oh, that's sackable. That's unbelievable. God, Nico Paz has been performing disastrous. Disastrous for us since he's joined. And 2 horrible chances for them. Because Salah should have done a much better chance there. And their first chance there from Wirtz should have been a goal as well. So we're chancy at the moment with what's going on here. It's like in the actual Manchester United game that's happening IRL, we're fairly in control at the moment. We still need a bit of fire in our belly. It'd be beautiful we went into. It's not going to happen, but it'd be beautiful we went into halftime with the lead. Well, it wouldn't because our record would be. Well, we're not at Old Trafford, so I suppose. So our record wouldn't be worried about it. What a goal by Bruno! Oh, that was a volley too, I think. So Dogu straight into the head of Paz. Paz to Bruno. It was indeed a volley curler of epic proportions by Bruno Fernandes for us here in this game. Unbelievable. Like, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous goal. Now, let's hope we can keep it and continue on with the way that we are now. Okay. Yeah, Mikel Arteta and his staff don't look particularly happy with the way things are going at the moment. He looks bewildered. But again, due to the bags underneath his eyes at the moment, he's always going to look a wee bit bewildered, isn't he? I like Mikel Arteta. I genuinely do, but like he does look like he's been eaten by a Dementor. I mean, I can't say anything. I look like I'm bloody the child of Wallace and Gromit and bloody the Grinch. So I can't say goddamn anything. But still, like I've been known to look at milk and churn it into cream. So, like, this has been a mixed performance for us. We have been in control of it, but, like, our actual tendencies to actually get something out of it have been bad. I don't care about possession, but we need to make more chances for ourselves, and it looks like attacking-wise we're not doing as good as we should be. We're the only team playing at the moment, too, so in terms of the upper echelon of things, we don't know how things are going. It'd be nice if Villa lost to Southampton just for a bit of spite to ourselves. But I don't think that's going to end up happening. I don't think we make any changes at halftime. We just go what we have, and we see how things go for now. They seem to be able to control us out the wing, so maybe we change... Well, this is not the game to be experimenting, I suppose, but maybe we change and go in through the middle and try and exploit the middle of them. With the way Florian Wirtz is playing at the moment, and they haven't subbed him off yet, we might get something out of it by trying to exploit Florian Wirtz. Marcus Rashford, back to Bruno. Oh, never mind. Bruno Fernandes with a brace for us. Unbelievable. You didn't need to do that now, Maguire. Anyway, never mind. But yeah, no, we're doing well in this game. So we're coming back. A bit of piss, fire, and vinegar in our step once again. Beautiful to end up seeing. You have Wirtz there again with a 6.1. I'm surprised he hasn't been taken off yet. And Alex Jimenez having his first proper game for us too, which is nice. Okay, still in control. Good work by us. In we go. Dogu to Bruno to Stellar to Bruno. Can Bruno get his hat trick? It'd be unbelievable if he did. Not sitting this deep, he's not going to, but still. Dogu to Paz. Oh, Bruno got his hat trick! Oh my God, unbelievable for Bruno Fernandes. Just nicks the ball directly off of Marcus, or off of Evan Ferguson, and just rockets it into the back of net. Vinetta with a beautiful tackle on Evan Ferguson, but straight into the foot of Bruno Fernandes, who is a hat-trick hero in 60 minutes. 10 out of 10 for Bruno Fernandes. Happy out to him. But we'll take off both of the people with cards. So we'll take off Alex Jimenez, and we'll put on Mazraoui on the left-hand side there. Adrian Heaven probably, I think Adrian Heaven's on loan, so never mind that. We'll put Menu on for Stellar, even though Stellar is performing good. And we'll swap Evan Ferguson for Victor Rook, because Victor Rook needs the fitness. And we'll see how this ends up going. 4 changes, 3-0 up. Beautiful to end up seeing. So what do you think of that half, Maddie? I don't think we've been, like, I understand the first half of it, United looked a bit frail, but I don't think we were as bad as some people might suggest that we've been as well. We were playing about the same way as we did versus City. And as I'm saying, we're always dangerous on the counter-attack. What a goal by Isak. And Florian Wirtz ends up getting some up for him as well. A long shot by Isak. Alex Jimenez loses the ball. Wirtz passes it back there to Isak, and Isak just outside of the box with a beautiful kick. The men's probably should cover that a wee bit better. So we're not getting the first shot on target as a goal. It's astonishing how often that tends to end up happening for us as well, that the first shot tends out to be a goal. Ooh, God, I must remember that we ain't won yet. As Liverpool are coming back into this game, that gave them a jolt of life that we didn't want them to have. Like, there's still 2 goals in the difference, 2-goal margin, the most dangerous score in all of football. But we'll see what ends up happening. Mazraoui already with a card. Mazraoui might be exploited on that left-hand side, so bringing him on for Dogu might have been a mistake. But hey, we're getting up to the 80th minute, so that's something for us. Okay, Isak now, over there. Over we come. Kanate, Dyke, Allison. Are they going to make a mistake, or is this going to lead to a goal for them? They're playing nice football at the moment. Straight through us, Gomez to Kanate, Kanate to Van Dijk. Isak. Oh, Euro, you tit. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that is not good. Okay. I wish I had 2 subs. I really do. We can't take the risk with Lemens. I don't want to put Hardy on, and this could cost us the game. But you don't leave a goalkeeper on that's under 6.4. This could cost us the game, what I'm going to do here. This could end up making it a loss or a draw. But we're going to put Hardy on and hope that things end up going well, because we're not keeping a goalkeeper on the pitch that's at a 6.3. It's one of the worst things you can do in FM. It's why you need a semi-competent sub goalkeeper, because at a 6.3, it's just too dangerous to keep them there. And of course, Alisson Becker with a 7.7, so we should be even more goals than we end up having. It's a shame too, because I would have put Kenneth Erkon on the pitch if they hadn't scored that goal. 5 minutes now. Can we end up getting through this 5 minutes? Hardley's doing well for himself since he came on, so that's good. We're giving up a wee bit too much possession, but again, I don't care so long as we win the game, how it ends. Corner now for us. 1 minute left. In we go. Corner again for us. And we won. That was chancier than it needed to be at the end. That was chancier than it needed to be at the end. So there's a couple of people that get a bollocking. Victor Rook, definitely one of them. And like Victor Rook is leading himself to just being dropped and not being played, unfortunately. But we come in here and we praise the people. Well done on that result. But we go to Euro, Mazraoui, Victor Rook, Lamens, and we just say, I'm quite angry with how bad you played today. And good, they're motivated, so that's good, except for Victor Rook. So Victor Rook might be just downgraded to the under-21s to get a bit of fitness. But at least it gave a bit of gumption into them, but we needed that win. We needed that win, so it's nice to end up getting that through. 2 wins, 1 loss in our first 3 games versus Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Liverpool. So that's absolutely beautiful for us today. It puts us up to 5th. Again, more teams have to play, but we'll see what ends up happening. And that Liverpool loss was an unfortunate one for dangerous Whoa. Your live is flagged for dangerous activities and challenges. Could result in your live being disconnected. Why? What the hell am I doing that's dangerous? It's being restricted. Well, fine. In that case, I'm just going to stop streaming to TikTok. Fuck off, TikTok. Genuinely, fuck off, you useless cunts. Useless pricks. Anyway, Ducky, or Benny, my friend, what's a crack-a-lacking with you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? I hope the crack is treating you good since we've come in. We've had 2 games done. We lost to Aston Villa, and we're after winning 3-2 to Liverpool in a game that was more interesting than ended up coming down. We have had 2 bad goalkeeping performances in a row, so it might be time to consider just spending that money on Kobel anyway. I don't want to do that, but we'll see what ends up happening. We got a hat-trick for Bruno Fernandes, and IRL at the moment, United are 1-1 versus Arsenal, so the crack is going grand there. But yourself, Senior Benny, how is your Sunday treating you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious, my friend? I hope it is grand. I hope the stream went well after that as well, when we ended up leaving you off. Okay, sorry, I thought you were saying yo brony, but yo Benny, yo Daka Penny, what's a quack-a-lackin'? Fernand Mendy made his debut. God damn, Sunderland wall up Chelsea. Ooh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, Thiago Barry is still playing for Everton and doing well. Menzo, who's a fairly good right back, but too old. We finished on the most points ever without winning the title, Crack. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Oh, they have Luke Shaw. Okay, I need to look at this Chelsea squad. Kurt Benzema. Ooh, okay. Or not Kurt Benzema, but Basuma. Interesting. I need to look at this Chelsea squad. Arsenal top with 9 points. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so our first game wasn't Arsenal. What was our first game? Oh, our first game was Chelsea. Okay, we have Arsenal next. Okay. So yeah, they have Luke Shaw. I forgot we sold them Luke Shaw. How much did we sell him for? 20 million. Okay, fair enough. Yes, I seen that you ended up posting in about your Gimpo players being, one of your Gimpo players being ranked first in the world at 29 years of age. By the way, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. That means that player has won the Ballon d'Or, correct? If they're first in the top 100 like that, that means they have won the Ballon d'Or for that year. Or am I wrong on that? Okay, fair enough. I thought the two were linked. So no, that makes sense. No bother. Although they might have. That's not to say they didn't win the Ballon d'Or. It's just, funny. Yeah, no. Don't worry. I'm not throwing shade in any way, shape, or form about it. Having a former Gimpo player, you started the last game. Shut up, Marcus. But having a former player of yours be first in the world is phenomenally impressive. Yeah, you have to change your tactic or something, Duck. 1-8 is a bad result. Can we get someone to buy you? If we were to do the intermediary, what would he sell you for? Fine. If you're going to whinge about that, I want you gone. Simple as. He was at Gimpo from 19 to 27. So, like, there's the thing for you. Like, considering he won best, like, top ranked player in the world in terms of the top 100, when he was at Gimpo, like, did he just have an explosion in stats? Or what ended up happening there for it to work the way that it went? Like, was his stats good enough to be one of the best in the world at that particular point in time when he was with Yi? Like, I know Yi, but that's what I'm asking. I know Yi developed him, but like, did he develop outside of Yi to become one of the best in the world, or was he one of the best in the world with Yi? If you don't mind me asking. That's kind of what I'm asking there, Benny. Do we spend 33 million quid on him, by the way? He's out for 8 weeks, but like, I think so. I mean, I think he had one season, 15 goals, 13 assists, and a 34 GB. So kind of, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Because it can just be the case that sometimes players just balloon after the move. Like in my FM24 save with Joaquin. Joaquin went to Man City and just ballooned in one season to being the best player, the best defender in the goddamn world. So like, sometimes just a change in location can balloon you into extreme excellence, and maybe it was a case like that, or maybe it was Yi that did it. That's what I'm curious about. So what was the Alex Scott thing that we're whinging about? Snubs a new deal. Has rejected. Okay, fair enough. So here's a question for you now. I have Kenneth Eckhorn sent out on loan now, and it didn't give me the option to compile match reports on every match that he's doing. Can I retroactively now tell the game to send me the report on every game that he does? Because he's one of the ones that I'd actually like to see how he's doing. I'd love you, but there's no way we're getting you. And at least say it's just wait and hope that his deal runs out and buy him potentially for free. Also, by the way, Benny, you must be slightly saddened about the fact that Nottingham Forest actually won today, considering the not great performance they ended up putting in versus Brentford. It just helped that Brentford couldn't hit a bloody hole in a whorehouse. But yeah, just weird. May run down contract if not sold. Well, we have the extension on him, but we will place him on the transfer list. Place on the loan list. Place on the loan list. Place on the loan list. And then, yeah, we go with that. We'll get the twits. I mean, you might do. I still think your better chance is to go after Leeds. I think Leeds are the team that are going to end up dropping down, much to my chagrin. Patrick Vieira. Fair play to a legend, saying it as it is. Patrick Vieira to Sky. I don't think Arsenal deserved the league. They didn't get the ball into the box enough. I kind of agree with that. Arsenal have been the better team holding contention, holding the play, but they haven't been in the bloody the box enough. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I could see, piss off squad. I could see Leeds losing to Everton tomorrow. in the 8 p.m. game. And considering I'll be live, well, at the moment anyway, unless things change, I'll be live tomorrow. I won't be watching the game, obviously, but I'll be in the background. We'll end up knowing whether or not you have that there. Arsenal doing F all and still winning? Nah, never. Well, they're not winning at the moment, to be fair. It's a draw. But the goal they ended up getting was put down as an OG by Martinez. It ended up hitting off Martinez's leg and ended up going in. Now, to be fair, it probably would have been going in anyway off of Timber. But it did bounce off of Martinez. So it's fun the way that ended up going. Oh, that reminds me. Senior King, thank you for coming in. I will end up giving you a shout out in a moment. Benny ended up coming in before you. So Rob be rich as the man must get it. So please, guys, if you can, please give Senior Benakage a follow. A gentleman, a scholar, and able to do all of this while still being American. FM streamer has
I guess it's the
wonderful showcases of many assets in many games, like Action Tournament, and even in his
I get to move
God, what's the name of the war simulator you end up playing, Benny? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. He plays a war simulator anyway, where his commanders are big tittied anime women. Because he has it modded, because the man thinks only with his brain. But yeah, please do. Hearts of Iron 4, yes. Please do give Senior Benakage a follow if you can do. A gent, a scholar, and a fine individual. Recommend him up to the wazoo. Sound man, do give him a follow. Alternatively to that too, the man that's just after coming in and saying hello to myself, the fabulous bald wonder himself, King Extraordinaire, King X Karasu, give him a follow as well. We're not going to get our fancy AI bubble of what King ends up doing, but King does an awful lot of horror-themed elements, and just listening to him is fantastic as well. And you know the man is good with his horror because he comes in and he listens to me. So please do give Senior King a follow whenever you can do. A gent, a scholar, and genuinely a sound-out individual as well. And we had him in earlier on today, just to finish all of these up while we're at it. We had him in earlier on today, formerly played FM, currently moved on to Pokemon, but a gent, a scholar in of himself as well. Please give Cohen in Prague a follow as well. And doing them all out of the way now. Former does Football Manager, doing Football Manager off stream at the moment, but streaming Pokemon ZA at the moment. A gent, a scholar, and a fine out individual as well. Always up for the crack in the conversation.
It's Baco.
How have you been finding?
Come on, can we take the lead against Watford?
Arc Raiders.
Yes, we take the
I'm
lead.
actually
It's
tempted to
Baco,
purchase the game,
Volendam,
and I'm guessing when you say rivals, you mean Marvel rivals. I'm looking forward. We'll see when the next Steam sale comes around, because I'm thinking of buying Hogwarts Legacy. But I don't. My thing with Hogwarts Legacy is I don't want to buy Hogwarts Legacy yet, in case that rumored. Oh my god! Huh. Well, we're delaying this for a bit. I don't know if this is worth it. I still need to decide whether or not this is worth it. PSG are just after signing Anthony. PSG is just after signing Anthony. Oh my god. I mean, hey. To each their own. I don't know what Mikel Arteta is doing there. Or Arne Slot, sorry. I don't know what Arne Slot is doing there, but hey. Anthony De Santos has gone over to fucking PSG. Wow. And we got 50% of the transfer due to the sell-on clause. We got 19 million quid. Yeah, beautiful. Ark, you find Ark infuriating, King? Oh, that's interesting. Why do you find Ark infuriating? My thing when it came down to watching Ark is it just looked like a standard looter shooter. It looked like a more online friendly version of the likes of Borderlands, with an actual art style that looked good, you know. Then start looking for them. Fair enough. Although I should end up selling Rashford. He's on 325k a year a week, and we're not using him that much. I didn't actually realize he was on that much money. But hey, but no, I'm pleasured to hear that it's going well for you, my friend. It's always good when things end up going well for you, and I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. What did Doggo do? Sorry, I need to wait. What did Doggo do? Matty, as I said, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, but what did Doggo do? Over there? Oh my God! What a shot! Okay, so today has proven two things. Benjamin Šeško is screwed and Matthias Cunha is screwed, because that confirms Patrick Doggo plays fucking nowhere but left wing. Oh my God, what a shot. Oh my God, what a shot. That confirms Patrick Doggo plays nowhere but left wing. All hail that shot. My God. He's been on fire over the last two games. Like, he's been good anyway, but what a shot. And that's what I'm on about with the United recruitment. I don't think the United recruitment has been as bad as people has been saying. Like, Doggo is young and needed time to end up developing, and he's definitely developing now. You can see it. But, they're not going to give that as a card or as a handball. There's no way. It didn't even touch his hand. If they give up that goal as a handball, they can piss off. If that goes up as a handball, seriously. But what a goal. Oh, the hope is in our eyes at the moment. The glint in our eyes is going well. We have a chance. Who do we get in the Champions League? Okay, so we have Celtic, Paris Saint-Germain, Molde, 20, Bilbao, Barcelona, and Porto. Well, we've already beaten Porto. But to be fair, not the worst Champions League fixtures that we could ever get. So that's nice for us. Defending champions of the Champions League, so we have to do good in that. We don't go light in the Champions League. And our next game is against Arsenal ourselves. So let's see if in the game I can do what we are now doing IRL. Again, this might be the fact, again, I'm going to say this every time they show an image of him. This might be the fact that he looks like he's been eaten by a fucking Dementor. But Arteta looks like he has no idea what to do. Ooh, their form is unbelievable too. Saka scored 3 goals so far. Martinelli with 2 assists. Interesting. Rashford injured ahead of this game, so he's whinging about game time, and then this ends up happening, so he's not getting it either. This will put us up to 4th. Oh, nice. If we win this game now, this puts us up to 4th. I mean, the commentators are probably right. He does need to calm down a bit, Doggo. Like, now that you've scored a worldie of a shot, you do need to be a wee bit more careful. Don't just be shooting from anywhere. Calm yourself down and compose yourself and take the shots as they come up in proper positions. But again, this ain't over till the fat lady sings. There's far too much time to say that United have this now. Yeah, Martinelli is very good for them. Oh, only 41? Really? Only 41 million quid for Martinelli. Weird that they have his asking price put at that. I mean, I wouldn't go for him anyway. 26 years of age. He actually, Marcus Rashford would probably be better than him, I would assume. Oh, no. Okay, fair enough. He's better than Marcus Rashford now. But I wouldn't go for him anyway. But still, it's nice that he's performing good for them. It will be none of the above. So, we don't move Bruno anyway after scoring a hat-trick in the position that he was in there, even though that is where Nat and the Cats has been doing well. Hopefully Nico Paz will have a good game for us now today as well and continue with things up that way. Doggo and his Garrett Bale arc, that's a bit much. But we'll see what ends up happening. Like, ooh, Eze is coming onto the pitch now. And not the only one. Who else is coming onto the pitch? Eze and... Is that Ben White? Ooh, Aston Villa winning their games. Aaron Rose Smith, Mora. Mora performing good isn't surprising at all. He's one hell of a player. Even though Fulham have only won one of their 4 games. Interesting. Okay. Guardiola has a plan for Fernandes. I forgot Pep moved to Arsenal. I forgot about that. Taylor, thank you so much for the follow. It's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. What's a crack-a-lack and how is your Sunday treating you? By the way, don't be afraid to just continue to lurk in the whole lot. It's 100% friendly here. But if you feel like you want to converse, feel free to do so. I don't bite, even if I am an asshole. We're just watching the United game whilst playing as United at the moment, and we're about to go in and play Arsenal ourselves like we are IRL. So we'll see how the crack ends up going there. It's a pleasure to hear that you're doing good, my friend. I am doing fine, actually. Enjoying life and enjoying the way things are going. Happy to be working away at the moment and watching the football as things stand. So just enjoying things and hoping that all ends up going well. Now, do actually tell me how you're doing as well, if you're doing much for your Saturday. What brings you around this way? Are you a FM fan? Are you a Manchester United fan? Let us know a bit. And I'll just be right back in 1 minute. I just have something really quickly I need to check, so just bear with me, my friend. Okay, sorry about that. Back, all is good. Zubamendi taken off for Eze is... Oh, for Marino. So Marino for Zubamendi. And... Eze, who came off for Eze? Because the crowd are going nuts about it. Let me see. Who was taken off for that? Oh God, he's made 4 changes. Ben White for Pirlo, Gyökeres for Gabriel Jesus, Murno for Odegaard, and Eze for Zubamendi. Interesting. Big poke to go at 4 changes that quick. I mean, they needed it, but still. Well, I see in a Discord server. I see you in a Discord server decided to join. Well, thank you so much. Pleasure to have you in, my friend. Always great to have new people come in and have the conversations about it. So thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, I've just so you know a wee bit more about myself. Variety streamer. Football Manager would be my main game when I end up going about it. But I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei 5. I've been playing Blasphemous. At some point I'll be going back to Kingdom Hearts. Even though I done bad on the first first one of that, but I love those games, so I don't care. I'll be going back into it and having the crack, and just enjoy things around there, have the conversations, try to bring a good vibe and a bit of crack to everyone that ends up coming in, and just enjoy life and see how things are going. I'm a Manchester United fan, so dealing with the pain of that, myself and Senior Matty know that pain all too well, so we're dealing with it as best we can and trying to survive and keep our spirits up. But I hope all is going well for yourself in these fine days, my friend. Okay, Alex Jimenez and Dogu, cool. I would like to go to Cat, but we can't. We have to go Bruno. Stellar, Bruno, Victor Rook is not starting. In Mbuemo instead. Evan Ferguson there, but we do want Sesko, so Rasmus off, Sesko on, and then go back with Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson on the pitch to start. Will hopefully get his first goal of the season. Bruno with 4 goals so far, our top goal scorer. This is our set up there. We should be fine. We have Willy Kombala, Matthias de Ligt, Saba, Menu, Decat. So we have 2 people that aren't available. So unfortunately, Charles isn't available in this. So we have to go with Dennis, even though I don't really want to. And we have 1 more slot that's technically available. So we will go with... We're not really going to use him, but we'll put Rasmus on the pitch just to have someone there for the slot. So... we are 60 minutes into the IRL Manchester United versus Arsenal game with Manchester United 2-1 up. And in my opinion, favourites to now win it based on such. But it is time for me to go in to my game versus Arsenal. My 4th game of the season. Can we get 3 wins out of 4? Off of a very tough fixture of games? We have beaten Chelsea. We have beaten Liverpool. We lost to Aston Villa. But can we beat the mighty Arsenal? Let's see. Cross your fingers, your toes, and any other orifice from which you want to give me some luck. Because the crack might end up needing it, my friends. But let's hope that all ends up going grand. They've gone with Yorian Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel, and Miles Lewis-Skelly. The king, the MLS, the true one himself is on the pitch tonight for us. Martin Zubermendi, Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, Bernardo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and Kai Havertz. Surprising that Kai Havertz is playing there as opposed to Victor Gyökeres. They've Rodrigo de Paul on the bench, Calafieri, Kepa, Lookman, Nico Gonzalez, and Ethan Ranieri. So they have a strong enough bench. But I think this should be doable. We bet them in the Champions League final. We will hopefully, with the same tactic, beat them here again. We know that we can do, but we can beat anyone on our day. And we're in good spirits. So hopefully all will end up going well. Manchester United in Old... Wait, it's not in Old Trafford? Oh my God, okay, this is in the Etihad. Manchester United in the Etihad versus Arsenal. Can we get a victory away to Arsenal in their hometown? In their stadium. Let's hope so. This will catapult us from 11th up to about 5th, I'd say, if we win this game. Bruno trying to get to Evan. Evan was offside anyways, but a nice attempt at the shot. In we go now. Let's see how the life ends up going for us. Down we go. Martinelli to Saka. Nice work by Dogu and Bruno getting it there. In Mbuemo now with the run. No one there to help him. Dogu now with a further run. And Dogu, unfortunately, just being stopped off in the way there. So there's a stat for you. And here's a stat for you, Maddie, if you're listening. And Gabriel, of course, he scores. Here's a stat for you. Arsenal have not had a shot on target since the 18th minute. What a horrible concession, too. Stellar to Rice. Rice to Martinelli. And, yeah, Alex Jimenez letting him through. That's atrocious by us. Absolutely atrocious by us. It's happened so often with us that the first shot on target is a goal. It just so happens in this case that not only is it the first shot on target, it's the first shot on target and their first shot. It's very bad for us if we lose 2 out of our first 4 games. We really don't want that. I know it's big clubs we faced off against, but still we need to get the result of this. Paz to Dogu. Dogu. Taken out by Saka. God damn it. Saka given way too much room there. Anyway, we need to make a tactical change here. And that is to make our wing-backs be more effective in stopping the wingers. So we will make Martinelli be targeted by Alex Jimenez. And we will make Saka be targeted by Dogu. And that hopefully will make a bit of a difference for us. It should do in theory. It's an unfortunate way for it to start with them getting a goal. A draw isn't a bad result in this game if we can get it. A loss is a bad result, especially considering we want to challenge for the title this year, and this is the type of games where you need to end up having your victory. Okay. Go. Raya doing a great job today as well. It's going to be one of those games where he has a Buffon-like performance, hands of Midas performance probably. They're getting more pressure out of us now. We're not doing well enough. Come on, guys, get something out of this. Break them down. Pep Guardiola. This is the first time we faced Arsenal with Pep Guardiola as the manager. They're all in control of this one. Okay, I don't really want to do this, but I think we have to. I think we have to do this and hope that this ends up making a difference for us. Also, change that to yes. Go out wider and see if we can exploit them that way. It doesn't look like going out wider is working for us. Chancy by Euro, but hey, Euro out to Ahmad. Ahmad straight down to Dogu. Ilya to Dogu. Dogu now to Bruno. Bruno to Ahmad. Ahmad again running down in. And Ahmad! Oh, a moment of brilliance there. A moment of brilliance for us, wouldn't you believe it? Ahmad, that should not have gone in. A mighty strong kick. Raya just not fast enough to grab it there, and it's 1-1 again. So that's beautiful for us. Can we keep it up now? Can we put on the pressure and get more out of this? Hopefully. Gabriel straight through. Martinelli and Alex Jimenez gets it. Evan Ferguson up there in Gallo Stellar. Alex Jimenez not holding that good enough. And Buemu and Nico Paz having a bad game again. This Nico Paz has not been firing on all cylinders since we've got him, and Gabriel just runs through us. Again, for the second time, Gabriel runs through us. That's annoying as hell. He's destroying us today. Okay, so it's time to change things up completely. We're going to move Bruno Fernandes to there. We're going to take off Nico Paz and put on Rasmus Højlund. We're going to take off Benjamin Sesko and take off Evan Ferguson, put on Benjamin Sesko. I'm going to try Bruno in the centre defensive midfield position at the moment. Hopefully that will work. Take off Angelo Stellar and put on Kobe Menu. Take off Brian Mbeumo and put on Matthias de Ligt. And actually, which change do we make there? It's a big. Okay. Mbuemu. Evans not performing bad enough yet, so we'll go with this first, I think. We'll go with this first and see how this goes, and then potentially make that change later. So go Victor Rook, Benjamin Sesko. Ahmad is performing good, so keep Ahmad and move that there. Nathan the Cat and Kobe Manu. Can Alice Jimenez play back here? Not really. Shit. I don't want to make all 5 subs. So Alex Jimenez for Matthias Lichten will leave the 4th sub and keep Bruno on for now and hope that we get something out of this. Because we need to. We need to get something out of this. Making those 4 substitutions needs to end up happening. Changing this formation could end up making us lose. But we're not aggressive enough the way that we were, so we need to get something out of this. So hopefully the more aggressive tactic with the 3 at the back will work for us. It leaves us defensively suspect, which could be a problem based on so we go much wider, hit the crosses early, do that and go fast, increase the tempo, and let's see how this works. Hopefully this will help us now. Dagu, Ilya to Delict to Euro, Ilya now to Delict, Bruno to the Cat to Sesko. Oh, Sesko with the wrong corner, man. Why did you go for the short edge? Come on, we need something out of this. Nice work by Ferguson. Sesko to Rook, Rook to Ahmad, Ahmad to Rook, Rook to Bruno, Bruno to Dagu. Nobody there for Dagu. Oh, and Miles Lewis-Skelly stops it for them. But the flag went up anyways. That's bad for us. We're not coming back into this, are we? Gabriel, William Saliba, Zubermendi to Saka, Odegaard. Ilya loses it out there. Evan Ferguson there to Dagu. Dagu goes for Rook. Victor Rook. Almost. 60 minutes in. Oh, come on, guys. Change this to ultra attacking. I think we have to make the change of Evan Ferguson as much as I don't want to. Rasmus on for Evan Ferguson. Lemens to Ilya. Panda, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? It's a pleasure to have you in. Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? There, we've lost this game. Annoying. If you can, please give Ritual Trash Panda a follow. Genuinely fantastic streamer. Good bit of crack whenever you end up talking to them. Always fun whenever I'm in and talking to them. So I recommend them all the way, my friend. So please give them a follow if you can.
Fuck you,
IRL,
Ginger.
I'm happy because the team that I support, Manchester United, are winning
Screenshot though, Ginger.
in the game.
Please send me the
I'm
screenshot.
angry because we're getting destroyed by Pep Guardiola's team. We've just had so many players underperform that it's kind of ridiculous. And we should end up scoring more goals than we are, but we're just not having the luck today. So we'll see how things end up going. But I'm enjoying life, enjoying the stream. There's nothing wrong with being half asleep in bed. Hopefully, though, the sound of my tranquil voice will put you fully to sleep, my friend, and all will be good and grand and delicious in the world. And you'll feel, oh my God, changing the tactic was a mistake. Changing the tactic was a mistake. Shit. Yeah, we needed a win out of this. Like in 4 games, 2 wins and 2 losses is a bad result. Again, the 2 losses being to Aston Villa and Arsenal are, you know, it's okay, but annoying that it's them. They're big enough teams. We've beaten Chelsea and we've beaten Liverpool. Our next few games should be games where we end up getting something out of them, so we'll see. But bad for us that ends up happening. Well, hey, otherwise, I suppose my squeaky, translucent voice will end up waking you up either way, so you'll get something out of being here, Panda. Have you anything exciting planned for your day today? Or do you plan on streaming? Like, is it all? Do you have anything interesting planned for the day? Do you do anything nice in your free time? Well, there's Rasmus Højlund getting his first goal. It's too late, unfortunately. It's too little, too late. But you know, a goal is a goal. I mean, they say it's too late. They could end up giving 10 minutes of added time. I don't foresee that, but that could be what happens. Madueke coming on now for Trossard is an interesting sub as well. We haven't... Why did you do that, Rasmus? Victor? Oh!
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
Here he goes.
you ain't won
Ooh,
yet.
I'm scared.
Can we get a draw out of this? Or even more, could we get a win out of this? I suppose the fat lady ain't sang yet. Can we get something out of this? Come on, guys. With 4 minutes of added time, I doubt it. I think it's ending 4-3. Goal kick, yeah. Ended 4-3. Unfortunately, we weren't able to end up getting something out of this, but hey, we made something back, so that's fine. They're getting their arses bollocked out of them, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 performances underneath the threshold of where you want it to be. That's insane. But hey, the goal difference is a good bit better, and it's something there. I think it might be time to... unfortunately, that's 4 performances in a row with bad goalkeeping. So it might be time to consider it. Do we go and we get Kobel? Well, he's injured at the moment, so maybe not. He's 29, but he is better than the option that we have there. We could go and get the former Man City manager, Edison. Or the Man City goalkeeper, Edison. His clean sheet record is unbelievable. You'd be talking 20 million. He'd join us. Do you do it? Do you go and you get someone like Edison? I'd be tempted, to be honest. No, well, you're not getting that. There's not a chance in hell you're getting that. $26 million for a 34-year-old goalkeeper that you'll be keeping for a year or 2 at most. Do you do it? Do you do it? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Genuinely, it might be worth considering doing. He's accepted it. 26 million quid. $27,000 is way too, or 270,000 is way too much. Oh, come on, don't do that. Do you get 3 years out of him? Like the men's Le Mans is on what? 69. He is significantly better than Le Mans. He is significantly better than Le Mans. It would be an option. What about me? Do you have any fun planned after the stream? So for me, at the moment, once I finish the stream, it'll be roughly 7 o'clock. I still need to go and get my walk in, so I'll be walking for an hour in order to get up to about 10,000 steps, and then I'll be just relaxing for the rest of the evening in order to get ready for work. Most of my fun was done earlier on today. Went for a meal, just relaxed for a bit, and just became a dead piece of jelly in bed until about 2 o'clock. So I was up last night watching Saturday night's main event with WWE and a wee bit of the boxing. Matty was watching a bit of it with me, but I didn't stay for the main event, so I have to go back and watch the main event of the boxing as well. So that's a potential element for me to go to as well. So there's something nice there when it ends up coming down to it. But yeah, I love walks in general. It's just I have the unfortunate problem when it comes down to walks is if I do it in an area where there's a shop around it, I'm always heading into the shop, you know? So there's fun. Yeah, I like, to be fair, I love watching boxing, WWE, martial arts and the whole lot. I watched a bit of the Zula boxing. I think they need to work a bit on the presentation of it, but it's a good showcase that they ended up putting up there. And we'll see what ends up happening. There's meant to be good boxing fights coming up this year. Deontay Wilder and Derek Joshua fight that's coming up soon should be an epic display to end up seeing that. Yeah. Thankfully, because I live in no, fuck off. Because I live in the countryside, I don't have the worry of going to a shop for midnight snacks, thankfully. And I'm just at the point now where I don't want to end up taking too much snacks or anything like that. So I've been doing better at my sticking to actual good etiquette and good food and the whole lot for the moment. So I need to do more of that. But yeah, you know yourself. 37 million for Fugo, not a bad signing for them. I love the countryside. It's tranquil, it's gorgeous. Now, one of the things I used to do that I haven't done in quite some time is go up onto the roof of the house, stare at the stars, and just have a couple of sips of whiskey. By the way, I recognize how bonkersly dangerous that is, dude. You don't need to tell me. I understand how bonkersly dangerous that is, but it's something I used to do back in the day. Just climb up onto the roof with a bottle of whiskey, enjoy drinking away, and watching the stars come together, and the breeze that ends up coming through is fine. In Ireland, though, in January around this time, it's significantly too cold to do that. So it'd be the type of thing I do later into the summer, but it's a gorgeous time just looking up the stars and enjoying the whole lot of it. Yeah. Are you a countryside man yourself? Like, do you stay in the countryside, or is it just a matter that you love it? Like where I am, I'm lucky. I'm just 20 minute drive away from a fairly big town where I am. So we're lucky that way. Okay. So Champions League, we need to decide who we're putting into it. Nico Paz, Angelo Stellar, Ahmad, Bruno, Sesko, Brian, Ilya, Mount. Well, Mount might be removed. I don't live in the countryside, but I love the countryside. Yeah. It's one of those ones where you'd love to end up getting it in the future, if you can do, if it suits and it works. It's still 2-1, Senior Benny, indeed. They don't look like they're going to be able to get over that final hurdle and crash through us. So we'll see what ends up happening. We're standing particularly well at the moment. Did that go over? Oh, it's just have to go into 2-2. You bloody jinxed it, Benny. It's 2-2. Corner, set piece, Merchants. You bloody jinxed it, Benny. Benny's one of the good ones. Genuinely a sound individual. But like, you jinxed it, you bastard. Okay, so I suppose Camrada's the one we remove. No, yeah, Camrada's the one we move, and that's the squad we go with. And if we get Edison, we change it. But we submit that as our list for now. Oh, it did go over though. That's an unbelievably unlucky goal. No bother, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in. It's always a pleasure to chat to you. I'll try and end up catching one of your streams in the near future as well. Make sure your crack is 90. Remember, I have been stupid, sexy crack, schlongafol, and as always, pug my home, my friend. And may life end up treating you absolutely fabulously. Until next time, adios, amigos. But yeah, the sad thing is, I don't think United are going to be able to score a third goal. We don't look. Oh yeah, I love that ending. We don't look like we're going to be able to get that third goal. Also, by the way, Benny, just for yourself, your club making big moves. West Ham buying big money moves, being unlike them now, signing big players that need to develop. To be fair, but big players. Nuno Espirito Santo's still there for you. And we have to go up against Brighton. Unlike the last couple of times, we're actually going to go... Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. Mark Cucurella. That's interesting that they mutually terminated the contract with him. This would be a case of signing him literally just to sell him. Oh, Jesus, at that price, why wouldn't I? Oh, yes! Matthias Cunha with a fucking worldie. What a hit! Oh, we're getting there with a bench and the whole lot. And that's what I'm saying. I felt sorry for Cunha because he might be a bit screwed. But what a fucking hit. 3-2. 3-2. 3-2. Oh, my God. Oh, beautiful. That's what you want. You want people battling at their heels to get at it. If we have a front position that has people on the bench that can come on with piss and vinegar and score goals like that, that's what you want. What a bloody goal. Oh my God. That's a worldie. Oh, Benny, if you can, search up the two goals that United have had today. Search up the Patrick Dogu goal and search up this Matthias Cunha goal. My Lord, the beauty of that goal is next level. Next level. What a run and what a wallop. Who did Cunha come on for? Cunha came on for Brian Mbeumo. So... he could be playing... Is Sesko playing as a striker? Maybe he is, because Patrick Dogu came off for Sesko. So maybe Cunha is playing where Sesko is, or where Dogu was. But genuinely unbelievable. I'd roughly say with 6 minutes left, maybe the stars have aligned. Maybe United have it. That's an unbelievable goal. Oh, that's shockingly good. That's disgustingly good, that goal. Oh my God. Oh, Luke Broadhurst. No. Well, Ricardo Morta is unbelievable. If I could get him, I would. Cruz Allen. Okay, well, we're going to scout you and see if you're any good for the future. Murph, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? Long time no see. How has life been treating you? To be fair, for when he ends up going back live again in the future, please give Murph a follow. He's currently taking a break from streaming due to his own personal life and the whole lot of work that ends up coming through there. But he still deserves to end up having the follows. A gent, a scholar, unbelievable streamer, and his content on YouTube is good as well whenever he's at it. In case he ever ends up going back at it, even part-time or full-time, please, for the love of all that is holy, give Senior Murph a follow. A gent, a scholar, and a fantastic individual. What's a crack-a-lackin'? You come in good spirits for us as Manchester United are 3-2 up against Arsenal, which is nice considering I just faced Arsenal and lost 4-3. I'm 4 games into season 3, champions of Europe last season, finished 4th last season as well, but we're champions of Europe at the moment. We're 4 games in, 2 wins, 2 losses, a loss to Aston Villa and a loss to Arsenal are what have come through our wayside at the moment, and we'll see if we can get more out of ourselves or better as we continue on with this. But it's a pleasure to see you, my friend. What's a crack-a-lackin'? How is life treating you in these fine days? I hope it's all going good, as I am in good spirits, which is an unusual thing for me. And I'm also probably going to do something that is considered blasphemy in a second. If the deal ends up coming true, I'm going to do something that's considered genuine blasphemy, as I'm going to sign Ellison. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You should like Twitch are normally good about helping people go and fix that, my friend. So hopefully you're able to end up getting there. I didn't even realize that it wasn't your original account that you're talking off of. So hopefully you're able to get some support on that one and get things back up and running, because it's horrible that that's after happened to you. Oh, I'm genuinely sorry to hear that. Hopefully it ends up getting sorted. I just seen the Murph FM and figured it was the main one. Especially considering how big your account is too. That's genuinely horrible to hear. Yeah, that's why I have 2-step authentication and goddamn everything, just to make sure in case anything ends up going wrong. But damn, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. So here's the question. Do we do it? Do we do it? He is 34. He's signing a 2-year contract at 270,000 quid a week. But he's one of, if not the best goalkeepers in the world. He will be significantly better than Lemens. Or do we just stick with Lemens? What do you think, Benny? Because there's no real good goalkeepers on the market at the moment. The only potential option we could go to who's 29 and costs double the money would be Kobel. I think it's worth it. And then we just develop hardly on the background and see how things end up going. Because, like, do we sign him? So 27 million quid, 34 years of age, the former Man City goalkeeper. He would be a significant improvement on Lemens, even though he's 34. And he'd be on 270k a week. I think it's worth it, but I'm not sure. What do you think? Yeah, and like if you get him for a year or two, it'd be worth it, wouldn't it? So like the deal that we have signed here is a 2-year contract with a 1-year extension if he plays 15 games. Although it is $270K a week. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. What do you think, Benny? Do we go for it? Yeah. Okay, screw it. Let's go for it. And then the other one that we're getting for piss cheap, and we're literally only buying him to sell him in the future. But at 29 years of age, Mark Cucurella just had his contract mutually terminated with Chelsea. He'll get very few game times, but at the same point in time, we're going to sign him because he's literally on pittance. That's something I haven't done, Benny. So you might be able to help me now that I have you and you're listening for a minute. How do I set up the mentor group? Like, I'll wait until the signing actually comes through, but how do I set up the mentor group? But I've never done it before, so you might be able to help me that way. So you might be able to help me because I've never done it before. Like, how was it before? Was it just you go to Teams or that way, or Noah Abdu? I'll look at him. Bayern Leverkusen. Cool. I'll scout him, considering I hadn't him scouted, and we'll see how he ends up doing in the future. Because we might end up buying him and selling Edison in bloody January if it ends up working. Okay, so squad, dynamics maybe, hierarchy, happiness, social groups. I would assume it's no, not there. Squad, mentoring. There we go. Okay, so create a new mentor group and go for. Oh, okay, that's just for the name. Okay, then in that case. God, I hate this coloring. Despise this coloring. Anyway, I'll worry about that later on. For now, we'll do this scout. We'll continue on with these deals done and see how things end up going. Okay, so let's go to our registration again. Edison is in. Okay, do that. And then we'll try and put, if we can, because we'll sell him in the future, because he's just not developing the way we want him to. We'll put Dennis out on loan, if we can get someone to loan him today. Ooh. Oh, Victor Gyökeres almost scored there. Unbelievable. Oh, this is going to be a tight few minutes left. Arsenal are going all hells to Bethlehem to try and end up getting this game done and dusted in their formation. So Michael Carrick, throughout all of his period of time as the interim manager of United, has a draw versus Chelsea, a win versus Villarreal, 2 wins versus City, and a win versus Arsenal. To be fair to Carrick, that's a good stat to end up happening. Now, all of them are offensive teams. All of them are offensive teams. But we'll see what ends up happening. And by the way, Matty, if you're still here, I bloody called it. I said there was a chance this would end up happening. Our first win in the Etihad in 8 years. That's kind of bonkers. No, not cup goalkeeper. Piss off. But yeah, beautiful for us. Another couple of points puts us up into 4th. Champions League might be a thing for us. Yeah, 4th place win versus Arsenal. I said I was cautiously optimistic about this particular game, Senior Kick, so I'm happy about it. I actually do you want to know what's really funny about this? And we'll see how people end up reacting about it. I genuinely think there's quite a substantial chance that we end up losing to Fulham. I think there's a substantial chance we end up losing to Fulham, but at the same point in time, I'm ecstatic about this because it's beautiful. It's a nice result for us. It puts us in good contention at the moment. Everything is going well, and we'll see how things end up going. Fulham are a far more defensively orientated team. And there's nothing to do with us being united, Kick. Absolutely nothing to do with us being united. Today, we knew... Arsenal, and I said this before we done the match, we knew Arsenal were going to attack us. So Arsenal were basically turning around doing, we were going to Arsenal doing this. Come on, fight us. We knew that was going to be the case, and we got Arsenal 3 times on the counter. Now, to be fair, those are worldly goals. Fucking worldly goals. That goal from Dogu, that goal from Matthias Cunha, they're worldies. You can't rely on them. At the same point in time, you got them, so Bob's the uncle, you have them. And the big difference this year as opposed to years before, and where Ruben Amorim was right, is we have so much offensive power, especially now that we can put some of it on the bench, that it'll help us. Mount can do, just to be fair, I don't want to give too much credit because that's a worldly goal, but Mount can do what Cunha done there. So we have another option alongside Cunha as well. He just can't stay as fit. So you have Mount, Cunha, Sesko as your bench options at the moment, with bloody Brian and Mbeumo, Patrick Dogu and Bruno and Ahmad working well there at the moment. So you have that potential for excellence to end up coming in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving it to him. Maybe this is my United blinders coming on. I think it's a worldie. I think both of them are worldies. I'm not going to lie, Benny. Could be my United blinders. I think both of them are worldies. I'm not going to argue either way. They're still fantastic goals, and you can't complain, and not complaining a goddamn bit about them. But it's one of those situations that everyone ends up doing well. Yes, and it's even the best thing about the Brian and Mbeumo deal is the quickness we end up getting in order to get it as well. An immediate mistake by Martin Zubimendi is just capitalized in a moment's notice. And we go and we successfully end up putting the hurt to Arsenal, and we needed it. And it was the jolt we needed too, because we were lethargic. We were slightly dead on our feet before that ended up happening. So it was a beautiful execution that gave us the momentum that we needed to get into that. By the way, that's a bonkers signing. They actually signed him. Ooh, that's a big signing. For 85 million quid. I mean, his stats are bonkers. But like, they have him, they have Keith Smith. I'm actually shocked they got him for 85 million quid. That's really cheap to get him. I mean, he has to develop yet, but his potential is very good as well. Still, we'll see what ends up happening with them. In the second Turkish league, got jump scared. Adama Traore is a very good player. Like, I think he'll do well at West Ham myself. But again, I hope now with this victory today, people don't start over-egging the pudding on Craic. Again, the stat that was just stated before the end of the game there is a bonkersly good stat. Craic, since he has been because he's done it twice as the interim manager of Manchester United. In the times that Craic has been the interim manager, he has drawn with Chelsea. He has won twice against City. He has won against Villarreal, and he's won with Arsenal. So he's on a fantastic streak as the interim manager. Now, would I actually consider going for Carrick and making him the full-time manager if he continues to perform well. Depends on the end of the season and if he wants to do it. I stand by the fact that Simon Jordan was hearing, and I've heard it as well, that he doesn't particularly want to be a manager. So we'll see what ends up happening there as well. But it's beautiful to be a fan of a team and the team actually performing somewhat well at the moment, you know? I don't see him staying as part of the backroom staff. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. But hold on, Benny. Hold on. Context is needed. A hole? Random dirt? Are you playing Shovel Knight? What are you shoveling? Before you go, and then you can lurk in Bob's Your Uncle Happy Out Senior Belly. But we must know, what are you shoveling? Because, to be fair, it could be snow, it could be dirt, it could be Shovel Knight, it could be the missus, it could be the lad. I don't judge. Yeah, but that was last night, and this is tonight, Benny. Things change in 12 hours. We got 15 centimeters, getting 15 centimeters more. Hey, at least you're not that spot in Russia. Like that spot in Russia, that is next level. That is next level snow that they ended up getting. That's bonkers levels of snow. Well, why shovel when it's going to snow? God, you're a smart arse. God, you're a smart arse. Fun fact about that Russia stuff, like 70% of it is AI generated. It wouldn't shock me if that is the case, to be honest with you, Kick. But it also wouldn't shock me if most of it is true, which I know makes goddamn no sense, but it's one of those cases where that's the type of thing it wouldn't shock me if it actually ended up happening. By the way, I said I wasn't going to go weak against bloody Brighton, and I'm still going to go weak because I'm a tit. Well, weaker. I'm not going weak. But that sliding down the building and stuff like that is fake. Well, yeah, I figured that it coming down. Now, I do know legitimately there is people jumping out of buildings into the snow. I know the sliding down of building stuff is fake, but there are people jumping out of buildings. That I know was true. By the way, Kicker, might as well do it now, name and shame you. Are you up to much on Wednesday? But yeah, no, I'm only joking. Yeah, you can just do that apparently. Well, to be fair, it's a large amount of snow. Like to have that much is insane. To have that much snow is bonkers, to be honest. But very, very interesting to see. Yeah, we're going to give Mateoff his goal here, and we're going to go with Decat. We're going to go with Victor. It's a shame that you got injured before this, because I probably would have given it to Obi, but we're not going to go with Obi. We're going to go with Evan is there. Evan has had enough there. He's had a couple of goals and he hasn't been working on all cylinders. So we're going to go with Francisco and see if that will work. And I might actually try and put Francisco out on loan as well. See if I get a good loan offer for Francisco, but we'll play him for now. And then I am going to stick with Nico Paz in the middle because we need Nico Paz to start playing. He's just not playing right yet. And on the wing, I think I think instead of Ahmad, we're going to give it to Julian and give Julian a go there and see if that ends up working. Another man that, if I can, I want to put out on loan again. He's 21. He's developing, but not enough. We might have to sell him next season if he's not good enough. I should have checked more of these before it came down to the final day of the goddamn window about putting him on loan, but hey, that's the crack being a tit. Well, if you're free on Wednesday and you want to do peak, let me know, my friend. I'll be streaming something on Wednesday anyway. But yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're still here, and I don't know if you are, Murph, what do you think of them announcing WWE 2K26 to be the Monday Night Wars again, and for it to end up showcasing a crap ton of WCW talent, and supposedly Bret Hart getting mighty frustrated at the fact that Bill Goldberg is on the cover of that particular edition of it. I hope they don't have separated out stuff like they did in the last game, because I'll buy it if they don't. If Arsenal don't win the league this year, it'll be a generational laughingstock. The whole league not playing like they normally do. This is Arsenal's season to do it. I mean, Matty, you're both wrong and right, because it, as has been said for the last wee while, it is Arsenal's league to lose. It is Arsenal's league to lose. With that being said, City bought good enough in the January transfer window to come back and do it. So City are a genuine competition. God, Julian is tired, so we actually can't use Julian. I mean, that's better for me, but still. Get your words, Craic. Get your words, Craic. I think it was the same case last year. I genuinely think it's the same case last year with Liverpool. I think Liverpool were handed the league because everyone around them weren't playing well. I think, and I've been saying this for 2 or 3 years, I think all of the top teams have digressed in terms of their playing abilities. I think there isn't a single top team at the moment that's playing good. Any of the traditional top 6 aren't playing good at the moment. Like, we're starting to get back to where we were 2-3 years ago, but that's about it. But we'll see what ends up happening. The fact that we're out of all of the cups means hopefully we have the firepower to do well, but we'll see what ends up happening. Now, we're going into the Carabao Cup here. We're going weak-ish, but not 100%. Nico Paz still on, Ahmad on, Victor on, the cat there. Koslaka getting his first game. Cucurella we're just bringing in there. Saxon might be a mistake, but we're still strong enough at the defence, and we're trying with Hardy. Edison on the bench, and we'll see what ends up happening. He's a youth that we're after bringing in. Ebenezer Saxon. He has good potential, and he can play in that particular position. He's not particularly bad for it. It might be a mistake playing him there. His attributes are crap. Was it 5 dribbling? Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, I'll replace him, so you're right. What was Festus again? Festus was this. Yeah, we'll try Festus instead. By the way, I was meant to change Festus. Yeah, Festus is changing to make this a permanent rule, because I think Festus can end up doing it as well. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Now that you brought that to my attention, screw it. Mazraoui is dead. Then in that case, we'll go with Alex Jimenez instead. Screw it. We'll go with Alex Jimenez instead. Yeah, Alex Jimenez there. That'll be fine. Happy out. Let's go into this game. See, yeah, no, we'll go with Alex Jimenez instead, and we'll be grand with this, and we'll go with this team, because I don't want to be too risky about it, because we've been kicked out in the first round of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup both last season, and I don't want to be too risky. I'm already going risky enough with Hardy being an option there at the moment, so we'll see what ends up happening. So we should hopefully be grand. And we'll see how things end up going. So, wish us a bit of luck going into this game. A couple of first starts for us here. We're going to give Edison 99 if we have it, just to be a smart arse. Yes, we made the decision. 27 million quid. He's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And to be fair, Lemens has just been having some shocking displays in the last wee while. I wasn't going to. I was going to stick with Lemens or go and get the 29-year-old from Borussia Dortmund, whose name's just over my head there at the moment. But, they've gone not weak, but they've gone weaker. Mineta there. Oliver Barstiani. They've gone weaker. Kobel, that's his name. Kobel. Bought Chevalier, my personal save for like 65 million euros after a season. Oh yeah, like if you could get Chevalier is definitely worth it. But Chevalier in this save at the moment is about 115. I didn't even think of Ter Stegen, Maddie. I didn't even think of Ter Stegen. Oh, that's stupid by me. I should have looked at Ter Stegen. I know he's gone for loan from Barcelona too, IRL. Ter Stegen, he's gone. Like he's finally gone from Barcelona. I mean, John Victor's been doing a good job for them, but I'm actually surprised they even bothered to put Ter Stegen out on loan and didn't just introduce him again. Yeah, Brighton signed Oscar Bob as well, so that's interesting. Yeah, but like Chevalier is in FM one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Although, funnily enough, one of the reasons why I kind of want to avoid Chevalier is because of what happened in Real Madrid, where I joined Real Madrid from Liverpool. They had spent 105 million quid on Chevalier. Chevalier wasn't actually that good when Real Madrid bought him, and I immediately spent another 137 million quid on Jason O'Connor. From Liverpool. I brought my goalkeeper with me, but to be fair, he was the best goalkeeper in the world, so why wouldn't I? Come on, guys. Bloody hit the target. I do like that they changed the background a bit when playing stuff like the Carabao Cup, but I do think it'd be even better if they changed the colour of these elements. I know that's more effort and maybe they don't want to do that, but I'd like if they did it. I also signed Marc Cucurella for free because Chelsea decided to terminate his contract, and I figured, you know what, we might make some money off of him next season, and he's an okay backup. Ooh, Ahmad Diallo, you beautiful bastard! 1-0, 15 minutes in. Beautiful to see it. Yeah, like Cucurella, his stats are still fairly good, even if his current ability in the whole lot is down there. He's still fairly good in the position that he ends up doing. So he's an okay option. Now, Mazraoui was that option for us. But again, if we keep him for a year and sell him, it's fine. It's just a matter if he whinges about me trying to sell him in a year's time. And he's on bloody 20k a week. So he's on pittance as the emergency backup. Yeah, it'll be interesting now to hear all of the spouting and horse manure that's going to end up coming back about United winning today against Arsenal. I look forward to hearing what the hell Mark Goldberg ends up saying in his review, because I always listen to it just to end up seeing what goes. I hate having to force myself to watch a side for corners every week. 60... by the way, who gives a shit about this one? By the way, there's this buck who I sometimes follow. Like, he's a cantankerous tit, and he's working as a recruitment analyst in football at the moment. But he hates watching a side that 68% of your XG comes from set pieces. I couldn't give a shit if 92% of my XG came from set pieces if I scored the fucking goals. I don't care that Arsenal... If I'm an Arsenal fan, I don't give a shite about the fact that our second goal was scored by a corner. Not a shot. I care that it wasn't a good goal, but I don't care that it wasn't that it was scored from a corner. Fuck that. I'm taking every single goal I can take with a hand basket and happy out. You know. Why do people give a crap about that? Also, the fact that we have only one shot on target and that shot on target was the goal is something. Nico Paz again performing bad. You're turning out to be such a waste of 100 million. Jesus Christ, man. That's just my viewpoint. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you should care more about how you play. But to me, it just seems like the biggest whinge in the fucking world. I don't care that Arsenal are set-piece merchants. If you win the league being a set-piece merchant, who cares? You won the fucking league. I like Goldbridge when this first started. Now I feel like it's so negative. Look, at the end of the day, when you hear me talking here all the time, Maddie, I am not a Glazer sympathiser by any point in the world. I think Glazer should be sold, but I've been more positive on Ineos than an awful lot of people have been, because I don't think everything Ineos has done has been bad. I think the one problem Ineos done is a massive problem that was keeping on Ten Hag because they wanted to bring in Amorim in the summer. I think that was a mistake. And I think the way they've treated Amorim was a mistake as well. But other than Amorim, I actually like everything Ineos has done. I don't like that they've sacked all of the bloody, average Joe workers that are there, but the club needed to be streamed down, so that's fine. I don't like that ticket prices are going to balloon, but I like the recruitment. I like the changes that we've been doing to the training staff. I like Carrington. So I'm more positive when it comes down to that. But there is an awful lot of negativity. And when you have a manager with 33% win rate and aggregates talking behind the back of everything they do, you're going to be negative when you're reporting the news. I do agree that he's been a bit much of a cantankerous tit in some cases, which stating you're not a fan if you do X, Y, and Z, and then trying to turn back and not be as mean about it. I do think that's bad. But in general, for the most part, the live commentary bits, his watch-alongs and his reviews after the game, I enjoy. His 8 o'clock, his 10 o'clock shows oftentimes are too whingy, and his 8 o'clock shows where he's talking about random shite like I am here, I enjoy. But again, I've been known to sympathise and like Goldbridge before, so maybe I'm wrong. The club I'm supporting in the Netherlands, I have a season ticket, AZ Alkmaar. They've been shit recently. Yeah, but didn't you just get a new manager, Kick? So, you have a chance of something good coming around. Or am I mixing up the Danish teams? He did get a new manager, didn't he? Okay, then do that. Then let's check it. Table AZ Alkmaar are where? AZ are your 5th. You've been performing okay the last wee while, and you have Leroy Entrick. Is he new or no? The interim is the under 20. Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. You're about to get a new manager. Yeah, I didn't know that that things are gonna, especially in big games, small details like how goals are scored mean sweet FA as long as you win. Yeah, that's my viewpoint. Yeah, that's my viewpoint, Doc. But to the point that the audience is whistling the players and part of the fandom is absolutely horrible. Yeah, but United have always had that. Unfortunately, where the players end up getting hounded too much. Now, we have been I think in the last wee while, the fan base has turned toxic too quickly on youth. Lenny Yoro's getting the hit of it now at the moment, where he's not performing at the levels that he was at last year. And Patrick Dogu, when he first came in, people were saying to sell him straight away. I never thought that was fair. I thought Patrick Dogu should always have been given time, and he's turning out to become an actual player. It's just a matter of moving him to a different position, making him more attacking than defensive. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, hey, if you get a new manager in the summer and it ends up working for you, maybe it's something. And with the rumours that a Bundesliga-like deal is happening for you, where people will start streaming the Eredivisie, maybe it'll end up helping you, because the Eredivisie is getting more publicity about it. It doesn't help that that one of the managers, like Ten Hag, is being thrown on his fucking gills. God, I love this player! Oh my God, I love this player! Fuck, I love this player. Oh, he keeps doing it. Anyway, I found my Federico Trincao in this team. The cat is my Federico Trincao. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with G. And if that deal ends up coming more money, we'll go into the Eredivisie as well. I think if Arne Slot gets sacked, it'll be a big problem for the Eredivisie, because I think an awful lot of people will end up feeling about the Eredivisie the same way as the Portuguese league has started to be turned, which is unfortunate, because I don't think the Portuguese league deserves to have the negativity that's being thrown upon it at the moment. Doggo is still young. He's fucking 20. Young is an understatement. Some United fans is just so reactionary, need to chill out. Yeah, like it's the same thing. Like Ahmad, like one of the people that you could give criticism to when he was lukewarm at the start of the season was Amad Diallo, and the reason why you could give Amad Diallo a bit of a bollocking or a bit of a hard to is he's been at United 5 years. I know you wouldn't think it. He's been at United 5 years and he's 24. Well, 23. He's 23. 23 is still bonkersly young, but by that point in time, you should have gotten used to the pressure of United. But I think United do it too quickly with everyone. We've done it too quick with Anthony. You're starting to see a bit of it on De Ligt. Martinez will probably get a bit of a bollocking for the own goal. We won, so hopefully not. But it's that type of shite that we're just a wee bit too harsh on our players every now and again. Okay, so let's make some changes. Victor Rook, again, another mediocre performance by you. Alex Jimenez played well, so we'll give sacks in the rest of the game. Camara has been okay, but not good enough, so we'll give Rasmus Højlund the rest of the game. Festus. You know, funnily enough, I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to put Festus in the position he's actually qualified for at the moment, just to give him some game time. I'm going to put Festus there. Which is stupid because there's no reason to do it, but still. And we leave the last one in case an injury ends up coming. We're 3-0 up. We can spread our wings a bit. The sad part about the team this season is AZ spent around 30 million in both windows. They've almost never spent this much. Yeah. But hopefully the signings will end up coming up good for you. Doggo becoming class gives me such a good feeling. I'm the same. Now, let's not over-egg the pudding first. Let's not over-egg the pudding. He's played 2 good games. He's been good at left back when he was doing the wing back positions there. He's been good there. For Doggo to succeed as a winger, there's a secret truth that nobody is willing to mention. And thankfully, it's been working at the moment. But does anyone know where the problem comes with Doggo as a winger? Oh yeah, no, I'm. That's what I'm saying. We just need to be careful with him. But there's one comment that needs to be mentioned about Doggo that nobody is mentioning, and it has nothing to do with Doggo. It has absolutely nothing to do with Doggo. Nope, nothing to do with that either. It actually is a completely different player. For Doggo to succeed, Luke Shaw needs to stay fit. And for Doggo to succeed, Luke Shaw needs to keep playing good. Doggo's success matters on Luke Shaw. The same way as Ahmad's success matters on Mazraoui or matters on Diego Dalot. Sadly, in the way that we play, the wingers will only perform good when the fullbacks are performing good. Now, I don't like Luke Shaw's long throw-ins, but Luke Shaw played good today. Didn't play great, but he done the connective play that needed to end up coming too. For Ahmad and Doggo, or whoever goes into those slots, those wing-backs need to do well. What I would do in the summer, now unfortunately we can't do it, so what I would do in the summer is I would purchase 2 midfielders and a left back and keep Mazraoui as your right back with Dalot and swap Shaw with your left back. So go and do that. Go and find a young or old left back that can go in there and find another left back and get 2 midfielders. That's all the business I would do in the summer, if I'm honest. But we'll see what ends up happening. Shaw, again, it depends on Shaw's sharpness. Shaw, since he's been coming back, has been getting his sharpness back, and I think there's a genuinely good player in Shaw. Just as people have been saying, Shaw has been good at the left centre back position because it isn't as fast and physically intensive as left back. Now that he's his left back, will we end up doing it? I mean, here's the thing with Diego Delo. He's 26. He's 26, and he's not near as bad as people end up putting him down to be. Keep in mind, for a period of time there, Luke Shaw was expected to be fantastically well because of his offensive capabilities. Luke Shaw was playing as a wing back, not as a winger. Diego Delo as a wing, as a fullback is significantly better as a wing back. He doesn't need to do as much forward momentum shit as like what he was being compared to, which is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And under a back four, Diego Delo is far better there. So to me, honestly, not this year, Kick. I would take it next year. And he's 27, so you could still get it. But here's the thing about it, and Benny's going to hate me for this. Thank God he's lurking. If it was me, the immediate thing I would do is I would go to West Ham and throw the kit and caboodle at Matthias Fernandes. Is that his name? Is that his name? It is West Ham that have him, right? Yeah, because he scored one of the goals for them. Yeah, Matthias Fernandes, the 21-year-old. I would throw the ham basket and buy Matthias Fernandes off of West Ham. That's what I would do. Go and get Matthias Fernandes and put Matthias Fernandes as his understudy for the moment. Are you worth it? Are you worth it for 33 million? Like, is this worth 33 million? RB, I would go for Lucas Hosberg. Really? Murph? I haven't heard that shout. Who does he play for? Lucas Haggsberg. Danish football player, 19 years of age. Strasbourg. Huh. Would you be able to get him from Strasbourg, though? Because, like, would you be able to get him from Strasbourg, considering Strasbourg is... Oh, you're on about in this game. Oh, no, fine, that makes sense. I was on about IRL, but no, I'll have a look at him. Lucas Haggsberg at Strasbourg. Actually, yeah. I do need someone for this side as well, although he's 21 at this point. Mazraoui there. Really? Interesting. Why isn't Alex Jimenez coming up at all in terms of this? Okay, how do we do the comparison again on this? Performance? No, we go comparison here with Alex Jimenez. Yeah, Alex Jimenez is just... this is something I hate too, the way that they do this. So the blue is Alex Jimenez, and the green is him. God, he's much better than Alex Jimenez. Holy shit. Just out of sheer curiosity, considering you said it too, Murph, I just want to see what it actually is. It's 149 on this save. So interesting the way that it ends up going about it. I mean, I wasn't getting them anyway. I was just curious as well. Honestly think Maguire will get one more season, especially since he's less money than Kaz. I think so as well. I think they might end up giving Maguire another season. I think Maguire will want to retire at United if he can get away with it. Ooh. Yeah, Dijkstra, well, he's not one we'll be getting this time anyway, but we'll see. IRL, but in game, he's always good. He's not good here. He's not good here, unfortunately. He hasn't developed well enough. We'll keep with Alex Jimenez, but that's interesting. As for Honest, the only reason I was thinking about Honest because he's 19 and he could develop. Just with these stats, I don't like signing anyone under 19 that has termination under 15. I'm just thinking about it, so I'm actually not going to do the Honest deal. So yeah, I'm actually not going to do it. But hey, yes, fantastic, Katie, absolutely fantastic. Yes, I have Saba. Saba is currently with us. He should have been playing a couple of these games. He's still in the under 21s at the minute, and he has a bit of a knock. Saba has been developing fantastic for us at the moment, thankfully. So we'll end up going that way. So that'll be good. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a save. Actually, I had a save I done with Murph, where I ended up taking Honest, and I ended up bringing him to Brighton. No, it was Brentford. I ended up bringing him to Brentford, and he turned okay for Brentford. Now, we ended up selling him bought him for something like 13 million. We sold him for something like 50. So it was sound. But, like, it's just always a bit iffy as to whether or not you're going to do it. Do we put Saxon out? Yeah, it's probably better for him to get the game time, even at 17. Go on. Also, Murph, I think you might have missed my question earlier on. What do you think about the news for WWE 2K26? Do you think it's good that they're going with the? Do you think it's good that they're going with the Monday Night Wars again? It means Brian Pillman Jr. has finally actually managed to get Brian Pillman Sr. into a game with him. Might I get a small look at Wouter Goes, my favorite AZ player? Probably hasn't developed much, but was quite decent. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, he's gone to Los Angeles FC, so he's in the MLS. One more thing. He actually looks like he has semi-decent stats. We'll do a scout on him, and we'll come back to this later on, Kicker. But, yeah. Also, by the way, if you want to see City actually living to how they're doing at the moment as well, Chelsea hoarding a couple of good people. They're after getting Oscar Højlund. They're after getting Key Schmidt, a player that I fight for so often because I actually love him as a player, and they're after getting Victor Froschk as well. Where's Key Schmidt? Did they sell Key Schmidt? Where's Craic? It's a Key. Maybe it's Key. Yeah, there he is, Key Schmidt. I was wondering, I couldn't see him there. Yeah, they have Key Schmidt as well. Giovanna Reid is OP. Yes, from Brighton. Problem is, because he's at Brighton, he's bloody costs an arm and a goddamn leg. He played against us there in that last game. Although, in saying that, he hasn't actually developed as much as you'd expect him to be. Like, he's okay. His stats are boosting up there. 21, he still has monstrous potential to grow. He would be our best right back there. He would take over. Again, I don't know why Alex Jimenez isn't popping up as one of the choices here, but it's just he has a bonkersly large release clause, and the actual price that's for him isn't worth it at the moment. So I'll give him another year, see if he develops a wee bit more and consider the purchase of him. I didn't know Brighton spent so much money on him as well. Freeman, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? Pleasure to have you back in. Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious, my Sunderland? No, it wasn't Sunderland you supported. We were on about a Sunderland baller. Who was it you supported again? It was that team in Scotland. The team I couldn't pronounce. Ardree. Yeah. How is things treating you, my friend? I'm ecstatic because Manchester United just got a win over Arsenal, so I'm like a pig in shit. But you know yourself. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Omar, we'll see. The last time I checked him, Murph, he was something like 75 million quid. Bologna. Oh no, he's down cheap now. Again, we don't actually have that many spots left. We'd have to get rid of someone. But he's good performance-wise. He has what? That's this season. I missed, to be fair, because of the mod I had in on FM24. It gave you far more detailed information on how the players were in comparison to the rest of the world. So he was with Spurs 4 games, and then went to 18 million to Bologna. Yeah. He hasn't been able to develop because Spurs kind of didn't play him. No bother, Senior Murph. Again, or Kick. No bother, Kick. Thank you so much. Feel free to come around and chat when I'm still live. I'll be finishing up within the next 40 minutes anyway. 1 or 2 more games maybe, and we'll see how things end up going, because I still need to get my walk in, and it's dark now, and we'll see how things end up going. But we'll see how the Craic ends up going, my friend. Yeah, what did you think of the game, Free? I enjoyed it now. I thought we were playing good for a good majority of the game. The exact type of gameplay we were going to end up doing, where we were just inviting the attack and going for the counter, which, to be honest, is the way you want to go every now and again. But how did you find doing it? I'd say it was a good game to watch from a neutral. As a neutral, I'm sure it was a good game to watch. Oh, I love that Keys Smith actually wants to leave. Ooh, okay. Paul Wayner. I used to get Paul Wayner all the time in my saves. And even at 21, he still has some good stats coming in there. He hasn't developed as much as you want to. And again, determination being 10 means he might actually end up developing much more than what he's at. But like, he's always been okay in terms of a stats quotient. But there's no point at 21 trying to get him. At this point, anyone over X amount of years needs to be going straight into the main team. Otherwise, they're a waste. They're just a waste. So we'll see what ends up happening. And Julian's probably getting sold next season too, if he doesn't have a monstrous jump at Vigo this season. Thaw, too, signing with Spurs is actually interesting. They still have Mickey Van de Ven and the whole lot. The biggest transfer that has happened in this season, other than me buying Nico Paz, by the way, but the biggest transfer that has happened this season is actually this. And I'll just go to them and tell me if you can notice the transfer. Okay, Paris Saint-Germain. Have a look at them there. Look at their potentials and see who it is they're just after signing. And tell me if you notice them. I haven't them scouted because I wasn't going to be signing him. And then I'll show you the second one they got there as well. So, yeah, they've went for the massive poke of Anthony Dos Santos. Anthony Dos Santos has gone to Real Madrid. It's actually not bad stat-wise in the whole lot. They ended up getting him for 60 million quid, so Real Hespesis have worked out phenomenally well for them there. He's been doing really well for them. And in his 2 appearances, he's been doing okay for Paris Saint-Germain. But their big signing is Vinicius Jr. Yeah, they went and got Vinicius Jr. 6 goals, 3 assists, 4 man of the matches already. 185 million quid. But like, the player that he is, you know. Paz, I kind of had to get Paz. For 100 million quid, with the stats that he has at the moment, you kind of had to get him. He has been mid, sadly, in the games that we've played so far. He's just not running with all guns a-blazing just yet. But he should do. Obviously, we bought him with the idea that he'd be an eventual Bruno replacement. Bruno's still with us and signed an extension on the whole lot, and it's just been phenomenal. And you kind of can't get rid of Bruno. Like, just with these stats, you kind of just have to keep him as long as you can. But yeah, but we'll see how Paz ends up doing when we get to our next game. Like, we have Everton next away. Paz will end up being playing for that, and we'll see how all ends up going there. Premier League registration. We have the changes done, right? Yes, we do. Okay. Champions League, we need to... Hopefully that registration comes up again, because Edison currently isn't registered for the Champions League, which would be annoying if we weren't able to. So go to squad registration. Champions League reopens in 15 days. Cool, so we'll do it then. What? Okay, weird. Because we had done that at one point in time. I don't know why it's broke again, but hey. I wonder if I doubt it will, but I wonder if they'll comment about the fact that we're signing a Manchester City legend, and we're doing a Carlos Tevez in this particular case, even though he's much older. Is there a risk in making Manchester United Edison 6 club that they're taking on a player on the downside of his career? Not a chance. There's a reason he's one of the best in the fucking world. Like, not a chance. Castella, oh, I love Castella Lugeba. Like, Castella Lugeba has always been fantastic. The biggest problem with Castella Lugeba is, again, you're talking 100 million quid. Now, he's developing in order to get him. And with the way my defenders are at the moment, he'd be an incredible addition to end up going in. Like, he'd be better than Ilya, he'd be better than Euro, he'd be better than De Ligt. If I sign him, you'd have to get De Ligt sold, and you'd probably be spending the 109 million on him. Like, as you know yourself, Murph, I ended up signing Castello in the Brentford save. He was one of the people I ended up signing in that, not Brentford, yeah, in the Brentford save. He's one of the people I ended up signing there, so I know well how good he is. But we just have to, what's the words I'm looking for? We have to, the temerity of such a thing. Fine, well, you're a professional, do your job. That's going to end up pissing people off. And keep in mind, De Ligt, you might want to be careful, because the last two players that have made a whinge about this have been dropped down to the under-21s, and they're still there in Ugarte and Mazraoui, who I couldn't get sales for, unfortunately. I prefer to let them walk out for free than be cantankerous tits, because that's one of the ways to solve that issue, by the way. Drop them down to the under-21s. Eventually, they'll be out of the main social group, and the team will stop whinging about them. Well, yeah, but there's no one in it. Okay, so mentor group we have now. I still don't know how mentor groups work, if I'm honest. So this has Festus in it, with Matthias de Ligt, the cat. So there's only 3 people in it who select 3 players you would like to work at a mentor group together. Festus, the cat, and de Ligt. Okay, I suppose that's good. Yes, so I have him at the moment. He's out on loan. So show my unavailables. I have him at the moment. I signed him last season. It's not showing me my loans. Course game. Oh no. Oh yeah. There we go. On loan. So we come down and we find, I have a lot of people on loan. So we have him here. So we signed him, and he's been developing okay. He needs to develop more before he's able to get into the actual team. But he does look good, to be fair, and hopefully this year we'll end up giving him the proper potential to end up coming back into the team, because I want him to do well. He's played well in the particular ways that ended up coming in. Yes, I got him for 35. So that wasn't too bad when I got him. He's been on 2 loans since then. He done well at Sheffield, and we'll see how he does at Burnley. So hopefully he's able to do well. And then there's a couple of other people I ended up getting. I've Kenneth Elkworm, who we ended up getting for 30 million quid. So, or 25 million quid. So that was worth it, I think. We have Christopher Copps, who we got for 10 million quid and is doing okay. He's developing fairly well. We have Ricardo Matthias, who unfortunately hasn't developed well, so we'll have to sell him next season. Then we ended up getting... That was pretty much it, yeah. Dennis, obviously, who we just sent out on loan. And unfortunately, Adrian Heaven hasn't been progressing as much. I need to figure out why this keeps happening, where stats just go off a fucking cliff. Because I've been fixing my staffing in order to have better staff in. So like I have my staff full to the brim at the moment. So maybe that's what's causing them to go down. It's just happening at the whole lot of them. So I'm still trying to get 2 more coaches in, but like you can see here, I have the staff and the whole lot there. John Martin, interesting. I don't know if I have. Real Saspatan, 50 million quid, 21 years of age. He's okay there. Potential-wise, he's up at max potential. It's a release clause of 50 million quid, so you'd have to spend it, annoyingly. He's down there alongside with Willie Kwambwala and Aiden Heaven, so he could be an option. But considering I can't give him the game time, probably not for me. Have you been playing much of it offline, Murph? Because it's in much better condition than it was during the beta, which is good. Oh yeah, Ruben Amorim is the Everton manager. I forgot about that. He's his own person, has his own methods. Yep. Identified as the most dangerous player. He's a magnificent player. Side knowing so much can consider favourites. No comment. It's a bit of a stupid question. You've opted to field Ahmad midweek. Are the concerns they won't be not willing to discuss that? Continues to do well. Yes, Amas is doing well. Maybe. Do you have a chance of his poor form? He knows he's doing well. Recent arrivals has a positive impact on squad morale. He seems to be happier since he signed. Maybe, but we'll see. He needs to perform better. We're going to continue to keep playing him, and hopefully he'll bounce his head into a wall until he actually starts performing. But we'll see. There we go. The squad's being pissy about bloody Delict. That didn't take long. Anyway, ignore them for now. Mount again, not performing good. Like, it's funny that too. You whinge about game time, and then immediately you perform bad in training. Like, as if that is a recipe for success, to whinge about game time and then not perform in training. It's also really funny that all of these tits have complained about a lack of game time after they were starting in a goddamn game. Like, yeah, been making set pieces and new formations, fixed all my trainings. Happy out to that. I've been attempting, maybe they've changed it. I still have my old school, tactic from FM24 connected in here, but I'm scoring nothing from corners. It could be the person that's taking it in the whole lot, but like it's just they're not getting it in right. Every now and again we score from a corner, but it's just not working the way that we want to. So I need to figure out more about how to work and get the set pieces to work right. And then as for free kicks and throw-ins, I don't even go at them at the moment. But hey, I'll look into all of that stuff later on as we continue to go on. Training stuff took me 2 hours to get in, all right. I have, to be honest, it's something I've never done. I've let the game micromanage that itself. I very rarely touch the training. But, I mean, the main thing I end up doing is just any youths that I want to actually develop and want to keep an eye on, I throw them into the main squad so that I can look after them and make sure they're actually doing heavy duty trainings when required. But like in good, we're typically fit in the whole lot and we're doing fairly well. And it's just a matter of hopefully finding coaches that play similar to you. It's the reason why I went back to the back four, because although this tactic, which is the one I was attempting to use, this tactic can score goals up the wally, defensively it's a bit neglectful. Now, to be honest, that's partially because I'm an arrogant tit and refuse to put them back. But yeah. All my stats are up now. Interesting. So that's what ends up doing it. There's a video for you if you ever wanted to make it, Murph, because I would watch that video with my heart's content, because the training has always confused me, and staffing in this game has made me so angry at touching anything to do with the staff that it almost makes me not want to touch the goddamn thing. Because like this screen here, to be fair, is fine, but like it's not well orientated, in my opinion, at all, and makes it incredibly annoying to end up viewing. The color-wise, it's fine and all that, but like whoever came up with this, whoever came up with this particular page here deserves to get shot. Just this. The fact that you have to come back out of it to go down to your under 18s is... Like, I know that you literally can just press that button and then click over to this, but the fact that the under 18s tab just isn't there is... You know, there's still stupid crap wrong with this game, but as an awful lot of people have pointed out, it's blatantly obvious that this game is just, at this point, a demo for 27. Okay. So, let's set ourselves up for this game. Well, Camarada isn't playing anyway. Evan Ferguson hasn't been performing good enough, so we're actually going to drop Evan Ferguson for Benjamin Sheshko and see how Sesko does there instead. Victor Rook done okay in the last game, but Brian Mbeumo deserves to have his place back, so Brian Mbeumo will go there. Nico Paz will remain there, and Ahmad has been performing good up on this edge here, so we will keep Ahmad on the pitch for the moment, but we will also bring Mason Mount with us. Mount. Cool. And we'll have Mount on the bench. Rashford is whinging at 2 about not getting any games, but Mbeumo will have his game here and we'll give Rashford a go later on. De Ligt will end up starting there, but instead of Willy Kwamboala, we'll go with Ilya Zambrani, and we'll go Ilya Zambrani and Matthias De Ligt, Alex Jimenez, and we'll go with Patrick Dogu. Yoro, Willy Kwamboala, Mount, Hoyland, Menu, Victor, Bruno, and Evan. Good. Except you will be replaced with Angelo. Stellar. Bruno should start, especially with the way that he's been performing. And screw it, he will start. Bruno over Nico Pez. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Okay. I think this is the squad we go with now, and we see how we end up doing in this. Give Edison his first debut match versus the mighty Everton against the former Manchester United manager himself, Ruben Amorim. And we'll see how we end up doing. Can we end up getting our third win of the Premier League campaign? And when I say can, we must get our third win of our Premier League campaign. Oh, they have Merlin Rowe. Interesting. 25-year-old can play pretty much everywhere on the pitch. It's fascinating to see someone who can play almost every position on the pitch, to be honest. But Pickford back in, Mateo Kovacic, which is a brilliant signing for them as well. And Barry as their main striker. Oh, they've gotten Bernetta out of Brighton and still have Garner there with Brantwaite. I will say, IRL, it's funny how much the rep of Jarrett Brantwaite has died in the last year and a half. That man was being shipped out to every single top club in England, and there's not a bloody word about him since. I mean, maybe that's what you get for sticking to your guns and wanting more money in all of the conversation points that you end up doing. But I think he's lost his chance on getting to a big club now, unless he moves abroad. But we'll see what ends up happening. Oh, okay. They're gone for this defensive position. Normally we change to I didn't even notice they had that. Normally one of our best options is changing to the back three whenever we see this formation. But we might be able to break it down without the back three as well. So we'll see how things end up going. Pickford injured too, which is interesting. I hate playing a player that has the tick, that has the full-time tick. You know what I was thinking? Dogu is a regen Valencia. He feels like it. That's very... It's a very big tag to put on. Valencia was, as we know, a bloody captain as well. And it's very hard to put that pressure on someone so young. But I like him, and I think he's going to end up becoming good. It's a matter of whether he goes back into defence or becomes the midfielder that we think he can end up being. Because Valencia went the other way. Valencia went from midfielder to left back. Because remember, we didn't sign Valencia to be a left back. We signed Valencia to be a winger. An awful lot of people don't remember that when United signed him. Also, what a goal by Brian Mbeumo. We signed him to be a winger, not a left back, and then we just converted him to left back. Kind of like how City signed Josko Vardiel not to be a left back, they signed him to be a centre back. Now that makes more sense, but still. A mad formation for Sunderland on a save. Don't get many goals conceding. I'm sitting 5. Yeah, it's insane. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the in and out possession elements. Like the individual in player instructions makes a colossal difference in this game when it ends up helping, when it ends up coming down to making more mad formations. But I will say this is the first year where I think most of the stuff that's written on FM Arena is horse crap. Because like an FM Arena at the moment, and I'm not going to use it, but I'm just going to show it. On FM Arena at the moment, the top formation on FM Arena is this. That's the top formation on FM Arena. Supposedly that formation will end up getting you a 77% win rate. I've used this goddamn formation and I ain't got no 77 win rate. This formation leaks like a fucking sieve. Yet it has a 77% formation on FM Arena. But FM Arena sticks to back fives like the bloody plague. And, you know, we'll see what ends up happening. It works well with cheap teams. But in the big leagues, you get destroyed with this formation. The big thing is an awful lot of people, and if you're not keeping an eye on it, it's very easy to notice the problem. An awful lot of people are having problems scoring goals. Now, I think they've done tweaks on the game that makes it easier for goals to be scored, because I'm scoring a lot more goals than I was before. But there are an insane amount of people that come into this game and have a massive amount of problems scoring goals and are frustrated beyond belief that that the advanced forward position isn't there anymore. We'll see. It's very early to say that he could be a leader, Matty. But he could. We'll see. 5 at the back is nutty. Well, yeah. Well, that's what they're saying. 5 at the back is what destroys. Is what beats. Like, is the prominent formation at the moment. But it is in football as well at the moment. An awful lot of teams are doing 5 at the back. Although I do think at the moment, due to the 5 at the back, a traditional 4-4-2, I think the best way to counterbalance a 5 at the back, ironically, is a 4-4-2. IRL. I think an awful lot of teams. What a horrible concession. I mean, there's not much Edison can do for that, but that is a horrible concession. But yeah. Like, as I was saying, with my 5 at the back that I end up having here, this one, well, technically this is 3 at the back, but you know what I mean? This 5 at the back, scores goals for wet nuggets, with the way that it plays at the moment. But it also leaks like a sieve when it wants to. De Cat to Bruno, Mbeumo up to Stellar to Sesko, Ahmad. Oh. It's not going to be Ahmad's night, is it? I think Pickford has Ahmad on a tool. That's Ahmad's second time straight through. Okay, Delict to on my Tottenham save. I was playing 2 centre backs with inside wingers. Interesting. How did you end up finding that? Like, I do think that this game has a bit of the FM24 problem on, like, obviously I haven't found them yet, but I do think it has a bit of the FM24 problem that if you're playing 4 at the back, the 2 players that must be the best players on your pitch are your fullbacks. In my case, it helps quite significantly that although they're not the best players on the pitch, they're playing phenomenally well with the people that are there. but I think it's not as bad as FM24. But like in this formation here that I'm playing here, Dagu and Jimenez should be my best players on the pitch. They're not. But for me to maximize this tactic, they should be. But Tottenham too, one of the things with Tottenham, also, by the way, a Tottenham save. But one of the things with Tottenham is Tottenham have a lot of good wingbacks or fullbacks. Like, that's someone we probably, I'm not going to buy him, obviously, but that's somebody we'll probably end up checking after this game. We'll see how Destiny is doing. Destiny Adobe, because Destiny is typically one of the players that has incredible potential. Himself and Alphonso Davies. De Ligt doing well to contain himself. Alex Jimenez to Ahmad. Back to De Ligt. Stellar. Bruno. Ahmad. De Cat. Mbeumo. And beautiful. What team play we're doing there. Unbelievable team play by us. Goalzazzo that. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful goal that we're after putting together there, isn't it, Free? Unbelievable. Love to see when that ends up happening. When are you playing again anyway, Free? Win the league in 2 years. I mean, if I was to win the league this year, I'll win the league in my 3rd year, but I'm guessing you won the league in 2 years with Tottenham, is it, Murph? I mean, like, that's where it's funny with Tottenham, because it has to be a culture thing, because, like, even now at the moment, Tottenham have way too good of a squad to be doing as bad. Wow. Okay, I need to figure out this stat. How the hell are they 62 in defensive opposition plays when we're destroying this game? Anyway, never mind. I know Tottenham are dealing with a lot of injuries at the moment, and Thomas Frank is being cut off at the heels. But, like, genuinely, they don't deserve to be as low as they are IRL. And in game, like, they have some of the best fullbacks in the game. Like, Destiny is fantastic. Crap, what's his name? I'm having a complete blank on the wingbacks now, but they actually have good players. I mean, the one thing you probably buy Tottenham, ironically, is a striker. I haven't actually. That's one of the reasons why the plan was, if FM didn't bottle itself completely when we were doing the beta, was for me to do no badges, no experience at all from rags to riches save. And don't worry, that might end up coming soon. To give it an independent day and start from that. But I haven't done that yet. I haven't experimented at all with all of the other leagues. Benny, for about a year now, since I've been talking to him, has been trying to convince me to do an MLS save. And to be fair to him, I've been tempted. But yeah, need a striker, a CDM, and a CM. Interesting. Yeah, because Bencantor would have been there at the time. Bencantor probably isn't enough for that. I like Archie Gray, but he wouldn't have developed good enough for him to be ready for you. So yeah, you're probably right. I mean, the other thing you probably end up needing, although in this game he's good, you probably need a goalkeeper as well. Vicario is good, but he's not great. So a goalkeeper is probably the other thing that would end up helping you. But funnily enough, goalkeepers don't seem to matter as much in this game as they did in 24. Just have a very good secondary goalkeeper, because if a goalkeeper goes under a 6.6, just sub them off the pitch. There's no point keeping a goalkeeper on the pitch if the goalkeeper hits 6.5. Just remove them from the pitch, because they're a concession waiting to happen. Unfortunately, Mount there. De Cat has been performing good. He hasn't gotten his goal, which is why I don't really want to take him off, but he's tired, so screw it. De Cat off there for Menu. Mbeumo has performed good, but we'll take him off for Victor. And Patrick Dogu will come off for Willie Kwambala. And we leave the last sub in case an injury happens. I hate using the fifth the 5th sub because I always get injuries after the 5th sub. Alex Jimenez, interesting. Stellar now to Delict to Sesko, Sesko to Mount, and Mount to Victor Rush. Oh, beautiful. The team is coming back together. They're playing good. The passing work is phenomenal. Brilliant there. Although I will say, funnily enough, this season, the strikers just haven't been doing well. Like, Evan Ferguson was on a run of his life at the end of last season. Himself and Benjamin Šeško haven't been getting great results out of this at the moment, although Sesko did score today, so it helps. On 80 minutes, I'll bring on Rasmus. 5th place again, 5 games in, 3 wins, 2 losses. 5th place, that's not too bad. Gives us a good contention. Liverpool won the league last year, by the way, too, when they were on equal points to City, but had a greater goal difference. And we were only 3 points off. Edison, try and die for the save. Crikey, man. I think he's offside, though. Oh, no. Good play by Amarin's United, and Delict, the one that lays him on. Okay, stop there and make our substitution. And go with Rasmus Højlund. We should play Evan Ferguson, but we'll give Rasmus a bit of time as well. And there's Edison at a 6.4. If I'd noticed that, I would have done the substitution because I almost guarantee you Everton will probably score a 3rd goal before this game is done. Will you make a complete tits arse of this kick out? Nope. Okay, well, at least that's good. Victor over there. No cut. Willie Kwambwala to Menu. Willie to Menu. Menu to Victor. Blocked off there. Out to Tyler Barry. Bonanete. Vodole. Bonanete. Here comes their 3rd goal. Oh no, Willie. Okay, fair enough. Although I will say the fact that they've had 3 shots on target and 2 goals is an indictment on how, weird we are. Yeah, MLS, the rules are but that's what makes the MLS interesting, is the rules. And of course, when we end up speaking about MLS, we mean Miles Lewis-Skelly, because MLS surely means Miles Lewis-Skelly. Alternatively, what Freeman and myself are on about is Major League Soccer, which of course isn't MLS. That's entirely different. But Miles Lewis-Skelly is a player that originally was a midfielder, but has started playing as a left back for Arsenal, and has been dethroned by Calafieri IRL again. So yeah. Oh, Mickey van de Ven is unbelievable. Genuinely, Mickey van de Ven is unbelievable. There's a reason why both in this game and IRL, Mickey van de Ven is up for about 100 million quid. Oh, it's literally just me being a dry shite, Freeman. So don't worry about it too much. Although Arsenal running away so far with the league, 15 points, 5 games played, 15 points, won all of their games, including against us. We're 9 points in 5 games, which is okay. We're still obviously title contenders and we need to keep things up. But if Arsenal are going to continue to perform like that, we do need to be careful. Okay, so let's look at him. Mickey van de Ven. In this particular save, he hasn't developed as much as I've seen him in other saves. He's still bonkersly good. And I will, if it comes up as a potential option, go to sign him. But 8 for he's 8 in my one, but yeah, he can score pretty much anywhere. I had a goalkeeper. I had a defender in my FM24 save who was one particular season with Real Madrid was my 3rd top goal scorer, and I had Enric scoring 36 goals that season. So bonkers the levels of stuff that was going on there. But yeah, maybe in the future, if it comes into play, and he's actually interested, because he can play on the left-hand side as well, so it gives you options. And is he actually interested? So in the January transfer market, if we have the money for it, which I actually think we do, we're close to it. So in the January transfer market, if we have the money for him, we might add Mickey van de Ven. But that is a future element to end up coming down with Senior Craic. For now, that's going to be me, my friends. I'm going to leave it there. I'm on again tomorrow evening at about 8:30. And if anything changes, I'll let you know on the Discord. Please feel free to end up coming in. The chat and the crack is always warranted. We have our first Champions League match versus the mighty Celtic. So we'll see how that ends up going. It has been a pleasure talking to all of you and experiencing a fantastic result with Arsenal. By the way, Manchester United are kings. But thank you all so much. It has been a general pleasure. I'm going to look for a raid now. See if there's anyone good and fine to end up sending you out to who is alive at the moment. You know what? Screw it. I know he's big and he doesn't need it, but at the same point in time, he has rated me once in the past, and I want to try and send the love back. So I'm going to send you over to Big Robbo. He's doing a Salford save at the moment on FM26 and appears to have a graphics patch put into it as well. So the game is looking very pretty. I have no idea what skin he's using, but it's looking pretty for whatever he's at anyway. But I'll send you over to him anyway, and I'll chat to you all later. Thank you all again, once again, all for coming in for me. Remember that I am Stupid Sexy Craic. Okay, that took way too long to come up. I am Stupid Sexy Craic. Shlán Gafol, make sure your crack is 90. And as always, to each and every one of you, Pog Mahone. Adios, amigos.